bless up. We're back again with another episode of Grown Folks. It's been a while, It's been what? Let me see. It's like close to 3 weeks, I haven't done a Grown Folks podcast. Anyway, we're here right now with another episode. Yeah, as you can see the title. Yeah, we have a lot to can talk about, A lot to can talk about. If, like, say, you want to join the discussion, there's a link in the chat. You can just click on the link and you can come and join the discussion. It's very straightforward and simple. Just click the link, access your camera and your microphone, and then you're on. Yeah, so, yeah, Empress, I see you. I see Froster. Hey, the live stream earlier on was cut off. Man, YouTube can. There's nothing I can do about that. Sometimes you're enjoying the vibes and then YouTube just come in and just cut it off. Like I said, nothing I can do about that. That's just how it is with YouTube. Copyright. Yeah, but anyway, time to kind of relax and chill and just have a conversation right now. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the ladies and them. What do men prefer? BBL or natural? Natural body or BBL? Yeah, that's supposed to be an interesting, very, very interesting topic. Yeah, because as you can see nowadays, majority of the women them they doing a total transformation. You know what I mean by transformation? They transforming the body, the whole body. They put in breast, they put in body, lips, everything. You know. So the question is, who are they doing that for? Are they doing that for themselves? Are they doing that for us men? Because look here, as men, if a woman do her body, obviously, she out there, she pass. We're gonna look. We're gonna look and we're gonna look and we're gonna look, but that doesn't mean that we love it. So that's the thing there. I guess most women doing the body to impress men. Yeah, I guess that's. I guess maybe you could say that men also are the one that making them do their body. Maybe I don't know. But I believe a lot of women have this whole thing they're wrong. Because like I say, men will always be men. If a woman do her body, men always gonna look, definitely. But that doesn't mean that that's what the man want. You know. I believe what happening is that women have the perspective that men love women that have big ass. That have big ass. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we have King D gonna join the scene there right now. So we have King D on the scene. Come and join the conversation. Big up yourself, King D. Well, okay.
Big up, big up.
All right. You don't know. Yeah. So as I was saying earlier on, I start about the BBL and the natural body, which what men prefer. I was just saying, a lot of women have the whole thing wrong. First of all, the question is, why are women doing the body? Is it to impress men, or is it or for some other reason? But King D, I want you to can give your perspective on that.
Well, greetings one and all, under the weather. I shouldn't say the weather, but the allergy kicked
Yeah,
my ass this time of the year. But I put up with it a little bit. Um, I think. a conversation like this, you may need a woman on the panel for give their perspective on behalf of women. Maybe they can't speak for all women, but they just can speak on behalf of women in
Yeah,
general.
I would have definitely loved to see maybe one of those ladies come and join the conversation and see what they have to say. But I don't know why somebody may be shy. But anyway, we're gonna go on and see what we're gonna say. Maybe one might join in soon.
All right. Now, all right. So, from a man's perspective of how we view it, we can only speak on how we view it. Um, it started out one way and turned out to be something totally different. I think, like, let's say 15, 20 years ago, when women used to do these things, they used to do it and hide, actually. They never wanted to be publicized, especially celebrities. They don't want it out there. It's a secret. And they at that point, um, it's fair to say that they wanted to impress men at that point. I think it has now transitioned into where women are impressing each other, so them can now tell each other, say, them body do, or if your body not do, and they use it as a form of diss, especially in the quote unquote dancehall world and the party scene. A woman going on the party scene right now without her body do. Right now, them a look at her like, why is she here? Our thing no up. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. So do you believe social media? Okay, the internet and social media have a lot to complain that.
Social media play into everything at this point. It's a paradigm shift. So for social media, the internet has created a paradigm shift where it affects everything. You would name any aspect of life, and social media is in the background lurking. So you can ask me any question about life right now and ask if social media impact it, and the answer is just automatically yes. It's a default by default, yes. So of course, everything is for the gram. Everything is for the gram. I don't have an Instagram account, but I know everything is for the gram. If me not have an Instagram account, I
Yeah,
know that. Can you
definitely,
imagine?
definitely. Because if you look at it, look at all those female artists. They actually doing the body. All of them. Maybe
All of them.
maybe there's the minority. Maybe like maybe around three of them that maybe have this natural body still, but majority of them doing the body. You know.
Because they're not doing it for men anymore. And to be fair and balanced, on the flip side of the coin, men are not dressing for women anymore either. We just have to keep it fair and balanced because we don't want it to seem like we're over here a bash woman, since
Yeah,
we're talking.
you're right.
You know what I mean? So we just want the ladies understand that if the topic is about BBL, then we are going to focus on BBL, but it's not to say that we just focus on women and just bash women. So we just want to put that across that, it happened on both sides of the coin, on both gender. Well, I can't say both gender because them say there's no gender. Some people say there's multiple gender. We're confused, but that's a different podcast.
Yeah, yeah, that's a whole different thing because yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we have to go and plan something like that for real because boy, it's crazy out there. Anyway, so
Yeah, but DJ, to answer the question directly, nowadays, now, this day and age, 2024 that we're in, they're not doing it for men now. No. They will say it, but I don't believe it because it has been proven otherwise.
so what is the main reason they're doing it for to satisfy their colleagues, their friends?
Yeah, man, for show off on them friend, man, for show off on the other women, them, man. Years ago, they used to do it for like I said, it was a status quo among Hollywood. Music videos and the music video vixens, they used to do it for the sake of music videos. And of course, to attract men to it too, and to bring eyes to the video as well. So it still correlates to doing it for men in those days. Nowadays, the idea of doing it, man, don't know any of them thoughts of doing it nowadays.
So do you believe women that are in the music industry, acting industry is like okay, well, put it as more music because they are plenty actors. Because if you look at it, majority of the actors, those white actors, those women, they already have the body done. They have the natural body. But in the music industry, especially, majority of those black. But talking about that, there, if you look at it, musicians, you realize it's mostly the black people who are doing things, the black women doing that.
and it wasn't so in the beginning though.
Yeah,
As, as we said 20 years ago, it wasn't the black woman that was leading the charge in this thing. It was predominantly white women doing these
these
things.
things. And right now, is it the black woman and take over big time? So, do you believe those women that in the music industry that have the natural body, they to themselves checking like they losing out is like to can able to can compete with those women they have to also go and do their body.
Yeah, because all right, so that go back to social media now. If you ask me, I think, in my opinion, I think that the perception that put people put out there on social media about themselves, it make the average woman who want to stay natural feel less than, because in her subconscious she's thinking that this is what's trendy, this is the in thing now. So even if, no matter how positive and constructive she is, the fact that we're human and we're adaptive creatures, somewhere lurking in the subconscious, it might make them feel somewhat left out, or feel away. But the more positive side of them override that.
You
Just to put that out.
Froster mentioned something. They say don't forget to mention the filters they use to enhance body parts. Talking about filters, and as you mentioned, that they say the social media it changed everything. It's like a whole new era of everything right now. Social media control everything because if you talk about filter, because if you talk about BBL, you might have to talk about filters, you might have to talk about makeups, and ladies, we're not here to come bash the ladies and them. We just trying to kind of balance some kind of conversation there. So as you talk about filters there, you have to talk about makeup because you realize that the makeup today is very heavily done compared to back then.
I'm telling you, bro, they look like corpse. They look like if you put them in a casket, they just ready to be buried, bro. What is up with this heavily done makeup? They overdo everything. They overdo the eyelash. They overdo the nails. They overdo the body. They overdo everything. Is have to be overly done. And again, that is not a request of a man. We can tell you that. That's just like how we are saying we need a woman to speak on behalf of women. We're speaking on behalf of men.
And yeah,
Majority of men don't like it and don't request it. Yes, they fantasize about it, and they might be a little bit infatuated about the woman they see with it. But as far as saying that they wanna wife these women and marry them and introduce them to their mother, it's a total different story.
it's the same thing I was saying it because look at it. The men and them will see the women on Instagram and they will like the pics, they will comment, but that doesn't mean they want to wife that woman. No,
Right.
that's two different things. Men will always be men. We will see the woman with those shapes. Yeah, we will like the picture on
We
Instagram.
lost.
But if you're looking, majority of the time, when a man looking for a wife, looking for a woman to, I don't believe he have that in mind to look for a woman of a BBL. I don't believe so. I mean,
Most men.
they have the majority, the minority, the percentage that, but I referring to the majority of the men that are looking for that, but
Right. That's why I said most men, because you do have a few men out there that are simps and they actually go for these things because they want the attention, want to be seen, and they want to say that they have a quote unquote bad bitch. There are men out there that are like that. We're not all the same. So, but majority of men who have them head on their body and really looking for a wife, they don't go out there looking for that. They like you said earlier, they will probably want to have sex with them, yes, but they're not taking her to introduce to mommy.
that's the thing. I would love to get one of those ladies come calling and to hear their perspective on that topic. I mean, even if they don't have BBL, but at least they will be more open up. They can give a wider note on that topic, seeing that
Oh
as
yeah.
one, you know. Yeah,
Good to have a woman on the panel with a topic like this. And all right, until somebody chime in, DJ, until somebody chime in, right? I don't know if this can correlate. Maybe it can correlate with it, but it just popped in my head now. There's a rapper girl, a young lady. I think she named Glorilla. I don't want to disrespect her. I think there's a L in it. So it's Glorilla, right? That's your name, right?
I trust me. I haven't heard about this. This is a new artist.
I think she's relatively new, but a matter of fact, she just got arrested a couple of days ago for a DUI. I think it is. I don't know, but
Is,
nonetheless. That
Okay.
is not what we want to talk about. Last year,
Mm.
she said something because she's one of she fall in the category of quote unquote influencers because she's in the category of the Sukiyana and the Sexy Red. You know what I mean? She's in that category. So last year she said, not a paraphrase, but she said something to the effect of women need to just do whatever they want to do in their 20s and get the toxic out so that when they're in their 30s, then they can calm down and chill out. I mean, I'm using that as a canvas to paint a bigger picture. You know,
So so
what is
so
the idea of women thinking that they can just do just whore out themselves in their young days and then in them 30s I go 40 them feel like okay no I don't want to be a bad bitch anymore I want to settle down now and you want to go take mama good boy you know after I mean I don't want to be rude and disrespectful but again I, there's a stereotype out there. You know, women don't like to be stereotyped, but we all have some kind of stereotype. All of us, man, woman, black, white, all of us. So,
yeah.
so but there's a particular group of women out there who knowingly just go into bad relationships and have several children with several different men, and then they want mama good boy when I have no kids and have him good job and have him my education and have something going for him and that's who she want and she'll tell you say she deserve him and no and then you say you mash up your 20s and early 30s and then all of a sudden now you just wake up overnight now and just feel like say, okay, I'm grown now. Let me just stop.
Yeah.
And I saw this thing
And
going.
you know, so you go and women I must understand, look here, women are different than men. Look here. Men in the young days, they might have multiple women, and in the older days, it's like it's different for women. Women in the young days, they want to have multiple men and have hold on children, and then when they reach like in maybe the 40s or something, they want to they're looking for a man to marry and circle along. It's a different vibes. It's a whole different thing because look here, you have to understand that men will always look at it that way. Men will always look at it and say, wait, when in your young days you had your body with left, right, center, Tom, Dick, Harry, and run on your body. I mean, whisk up your body and thing and that. Have how many kids and thing, and then now when you reach a certain age, you want to settle along and looking for a good man. You expect the man will question those things there. Definitely, he will. It's not
Right.
like okay, look here. I don't believe a woman going to question a man and say, well, in your young days you had how many women, and it don't go for the men, and they might say, okay, well, double standard, but no, you can't look at it that way. Men are different from women. It's different. It's just like in society that you find, if I see a man have multiple women, is that they don't look at him that they don't look down at him. If a woman have multiple men, they look down at her.
Yeah.
So
And DJ, just to be clear for clarity,
mm,
all women that have um, children by different men are not the same. They're all not the same.
yeah, not the same, not the same. No, not the same.
Yeah. So we just want to put that out there because sometimes people will clip what you say and turn it into a
Yeah.
whole nother thing.
So
You know what I mean? So you
uh,
just want to be clear on
yeah,
that.
we
We're
just
talking about a
general. We just
specific type of
yeah,
woman.
definitely. So we don't speak in general. We not to, so don't try to think that we're trying to disrespect somebody, or we don't speak in general because we don't know nobody's situation. We don't speak in general on that topic there. So
Yeah.
just get
And
that out
we're
there.
not even to generalize. There's a specific type of women that do these things. Is what we're talking about.
Yeah,
It,
yeah,
and their circumstances are different. There are some women that just get caught in certain circumstances and they become casualty of the war, so to speak. We're not talking about those women. We're talking about the woman them where consciously know what them do. Now listen, them go out and them tattoo up them body and them go get all kind of BBL in them 20s because them say them have to do all of them have to do according to Glorilla, who is an influencer nowadays. No, you turn 40 now, and me a 40 now, and you look for me, and me in a tattoo, and me in a BBL, but you want a man like me? It's just not gonna work. You see what I'm
Like,
saying? So you have to be
I go
careful
work.
what you're doing in your 20s. The point I'm trying to make is you have to be careful what you're doing in your 20s because it come back to haunt in your 30s. And when you're doing in your 30s, come back to haunt in your 40s and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? It have a chain reaction. There's no such thing as just doing it all in your 20s and just disappear and you wipe your slate clean and
So,
then you start fresh.
so that's why it come back again that women must understand that they are different than men. They are different. They cannot think and say, okay, what men can do that, we can do that too. No, it don't work. It don't work like that. It don't work like that because look here, it's same thing we say in there. Because as a man might have a lot of women in his young days, in his 20s, 30s, and then that not going to really affect him in terms of he looking he when he reach like 40, 50, looking for a wife to settle along. On the woman side now, it's a whole different thing that it's a whole different thing. So because you realize a lot of women saying right now, oh well, um, is double standard and thing, and well, the man can do it, we can do it too. No, there are certain things that the men can do that you doing it, it won't look that same way as the man doing it. That's the thing there. And I realize today in today's world, a lot of women they want to be equalized with the men right now. If man can do that, I can do that too.
Yeah. It's nonsense. But again, none of the women them don't want to chime in. We would love it like a woman on the panel so we can balance the reasoning. And to just sound like say it's an echo chamber.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't want to make it sound like we are two men here. We just talking because we're talking on a men perspective. We
Talking
do
about woman. Yeah.
perspective,
Exactly.
you know.
Empress, join the reason with a love for reason with it. Well,
Empress,
as for me, you come off as somebody
more of them,
positive and forward
them
thinking.
views on that, Yeah. So and the next thing now, as we're on the topic, it brings me to a next thing they're talking about body count. This is something that's very sensitive. It's a very sensitive topic to women because women don't like to talk about. First of all, the word alone is something disrespect to them. Body count. Because it's like to them, you trying to can justify them by the amount of men they've been through. So it's like to them is a big disrespect that. So, but then again, let me tell you, it's just logic. Men, we always think in the head. I mean, a man going to be in a woman. He always gonna think at the back of his mind. I wonder how many men she been with. That is just something logic with men. That is, that is just. I me tell you, I cannot speak. We cannot speak on the women in behalf. We don't know if women think that way, but we know for men, we always thinking. But I wonder how many men she been through. That kind of vibes there. You check what I mean? So even if you might not ask her that, because look here, for sure it might come out disrespectful way to her, but at the back of her mind, you may be saying to myself, damn, I wonder how many men she been through. Stuff like that. It's not to say like it's a disrespect, but that is just something with men. I is just something with we. It's just a natural instinct for us to always wonder how many men she been with before. That's always
Of
something,
course,
you know.
and I agree. It's a question that we ask ourselves in the back of our mind. And like you said, you said the man won't. Well, most men, sensible men, won't just ask a woman that question. It kind of come off rude and disrespectful to ask a woman that question. But what men do is that they listen for clues. The things you do and say, how you portray yourself, how you carry yourself. Because remember, a lady is not a gender. That's why you can't have a lady baby. A lady is an attitude. It's a behavior. It's a characteristic. So we watch how ladylike you are or not. There are things that men pay attention to that women don't think we do because they think all with up on our mind are just sex. Well, yeah, they on our mind more than women, more than how women have it on their mind because we're wired that way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we are underestimated a lot by women because they don't think that we pay attention, but we do pay attention. It's just that in order to get between the legs of a woman, sometimes we not plan it out or plot it out. We just know, so we just try to get it and cost it what it will. And they use that and think that we are, less smart or wiser than they are, you know. But that's not the case. So we just have to say, we plan these, we plan to pay attention and pick up on key notes and things and your friends and how much you talk about your exes and how much exes name you bring up circumstantially throughout conversations and dates, and we pay attention to these things and we take mental notes, and then we do our own body count in our own mind.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So when they put all of that together, what we just said a while ago, that's how we kind of get an idea of
Empress said that
how one.
her background is too noisy. Her background is noisy. She said. First,
Oh,
for Safri to come calling. But there was one time she had planned to come calling, but she wasn't getting through. No, no, you have a perfect way to come calling right now and chime in. So don't be afraid. Yeah. So on it
tell
just
him, tell the DJ, tell them they don't have to use the camera. If they're shy about the camera, they don't have to use
yeah,
the
because
camera.
let me tell you, even if you sing King the when you join, you can cut off your camera. You don't have to show your face. You can lock off the camera and show. Let me give you an example. I cannot do that. You see, my camera is gone. So you can do the same thing on your end. So if like say you don't want to show yourself, you could do it. Yeah.
Yeah. We just want a reason with a female. We just want a female on the platform for a reason. Balance the reasoning.
Yeah, for real, for real, for real, for real. And someone I know if Seti was there, she would have come in because Seti she not afraid to come in for sure. she would have come in.
I said it. You said back to the BBL thing, DJ, and this is me. This is me and me only talking.
Okay.
Just me. I'm not attracted to it. Physically, to the natural eye, I would see it, and the woman look, curvaceous, and naturally as a man, I say, oh man, she bad. But here's the thing now, and this happened to men in general, with different things, but me in particular. Now, if I am to say make love to a woman like that, see, in my mind, she 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 not getting that personal touch that I think she should, because me I say this not real, this not real. So if I touch this, squeeze this, kiss this,
Exactly. Exactly.
what I mean, the sensitivity is not there. That's what me. That's my logic
Yeah, yeah,
in my mind.
you're so right, because to you, you're checking like this is not the real body. It's like you
Yeah.
want so much, but at the same time, you're checking, but this is not the real body. So it's like you hold him back.
And it become a turn off, and guess what? It can slowly, like the nature decline. You know what I mean? That's just how my mind works. So now I'm all for natural.
This BBL thing that is really getting out of hand. Me tell you the plain truth. Let me tell you, nothing wrong if I want to put a little enhancement on the self and put a little makeup, put a little, but I mean, they're taking it a bit too far because if you look, me tell you, all those women that I see that have BBL, they always have some faults. Always have some faults. No matter how good you believe they look, they have some faults. In the shape, they always have some faults in the shape. Me tell you, look, first of all, we as men, knowing this woman have a BBL, we actually look in and see if you see something wrong. Because that's in back of back it up, baby. Because the thing is that knowing that she have a BBL, we always looking to see, I wonder if it's this right, is this right? And it's just something that we cannot help because we know that is not her natural body. So we always looking to see if something is, is done wrong or something. And that's basically
I,
how it
I
is.
wonder if women know, DJ. I wonder if women know that little tummy what they have here, what they call it, a fupe or something like that. I forget the name of it. That a lot of men are attracted to that. I wonder if they know. I wonder if these women know these things. That a lot of men. I mean, a vast majority of men are attracted to that little thing right there. I forget the term or the correct name of it. If that's not it, I stand corrected.
Look, I
But
see Empress is something in there. She said, King D, why some women do BBL is because of insecurities made because of childbirth.
now, um, that may be so now in our Empress, but what we're saying is it has become trendy nowadays. Women are having kids from the day. Well, let me say Adam and Eve, just to make the conversation easier. From Adam and Eve was on Earth, kids are being born.
You know,
But I'm just saying
as
it
you
has
mentioned
become
that there,
trendy.
I remember back in the days, in my young days growing up. I mean, look here, women back then used to have more kids back then than today because women nowadays have one children. Back then, our mothers or parents used to have, or like 8 kids, children, 10 children. Look, and guess what? You will never say they have all in train because they tummy flat. Nice because they used to take care of the self, take care of the body. They used to go and bathe in the sea. They used to do things to go and take care of themselves. But women today, they not do, women today have only 2 children, 2 kids, and it's like the tummy is like looking as if they have maybe or like 20 kids or something because they're not taking care of themselves. And then again, they want the easy way out. Because if a woman says she don't want to do a BBL and do the body because of some maybe defects of childbirth, I believe there are some natural ways she can deal with that. Instead, she could go and do operation or surgery. Because back then, our parents them days, like I said, our parents have lots of children and they was doing the natural thing. So
Yeah.
so
Uh, well, I think the traditional relationships had a different mindset than now, because mindset have a lot to do with it. And I'm saying that to say this: that you see, when you're truly in love with a woman, uh, all her, all her, all of her physical imperfections blend into that love. You love her the way she is. So even after childbirth, whatever mark or scar she have on her body, it just fall into that get drawn into the sea of love that you have for her. You overlook these things,
but
and more times than often, it even become an attraction because you love her, you love her, the person, the
yes,
soul.
I glad that you mentioned it, and I glad that I hope women just try to can learn them things because a lot of women believe that we men don't love them things there. We see a little stretch mark to them. That's what they thinking. They might thinking, hey, they're not attractive to us no more because they have a little stretch mark. They went to childbirth. They have a stretch mark. They have this. That's what they think. But we never tell them that that what.
Well, stick up in right there. Stick up in right there. Now, when you say we never tell them that, there's blame to go around for everyone. Men are to be blamed for that too, but women also have to take a portion of the blame for that because me and you talk as man to man more while about positive conversations like this, but not on an open platform for others to hear, and because we want women to hear. Now, I could take a step back and bring it back forward. Many decades ago, as a child growing up, especially as black people, Caribbean, growing up as a young lad, you know, if you stub your toe as a little boy, so you're 6 year old, you stub your toe, yeah, cry, 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 cry. Mommy say, Mommy tell you to stop your eyes, shut your mouth. You're a boy picnic. What you cry for? You know what I mean? So watch me go with this. So I'm saying you can't even express yourself as a 6 year old with blood that come from your toe. You're being hurt. Let's jump 10 years forward to that. 16-year-old. Let's say your sister and her friend are talk. Your sister and you say, let's say your sister name is Kerry. And you say, no, 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 Kerry, and I saw it go this. Your sister say, two women you see her talk, come out of this, you're a sissy. You know what I mean? So we leap again. And 10 more years from that, you're 26. Now you live with a woman, boyfriend, girlfriend. You are already trained and conditioned as a man to be quiet. So how are you going to share anything?
Exactly.
Your girlfriend come home and you are quiet and there's something. remember, you're relatively young, you know, 'cause you're 26, so you're still relatively young. So she said, uh, "What happened? You okay?" First thing a man gonna say, "Yeah," because he was never trained. He was never taught to express himself. Mommy tell you to shut up, your sister tell you to shut up, and even your girlfriend sometimes tell you to shut up because man not to talk so much. So we were never trained to talk and express ourselves. So I'm saying to you that you're saying that we never tell them. They never wanted to hear anything from us. Now they are forced to listen because of social media, the internet. So they're hearing us now. So men get a voice now and they're speaking now.
But
So it now become a debacle, you know, because men are now speaking, and not all the positive men are speaking. Some look at no good men with a microphone need to shut up because them are pollute the waters of the positive men that are trying to get messages out there.
no, no, that same thing you were saying about how men being grow up since we're small, and it's like we have that thing there is like they say men shouldn't cry, men shouldn't bawl, men, and you say that same thing there, and then you grow into an adult and you have that same kind of a thinking.
Exactly.
Now look at that. I was watching a video one of those days. There was some TV host, women on this TV, strict women only, married women, and they saying that the husband open out open up to her and tell her how he feels and things like that. And then other woman on the panel say, "What is he gay?" So just imagine that. So you see what I mean? He opened up to his wife, and then the woman saying, "Is he gay?"
Yeah, yeah.
So
Some
that's the reason why plenty men don't open up, not even to the wife or to the partner, because
right.
society have that stigma that men shouldn't open up. Man, you is a man, you shouldn't open. So most of the time, that's what happened, because the moment you do it, they put that stigma on you, checking out is you soft, you this, you gay,
Right. And that's why I'm saying now, a woman deserves some of the blame because I think I've made this scenario already that where I'm gonna say, created this scenario. I'm gonna say if there was a room with a big round table and 10 chairs, and there's 9 women sitting around the table, and there's an empty chair, and a man walk in the room, the man gonna stand up in one corner. He won't sit at that chair because the woman will outnumber him, outpower him, talk over him, never give him a chance to speak. So the conversation is not balanced and equal. So we women have to give men a chance to speak.
I
Because we have
Frost
things to say.
join the conversation. Hey Frost, big of yourself. Good evening. You hear me? Frost, we're not hearing anything. Frost, are you there?
Our mic is mute. Tell her to unmute.
My mic is. Oh, you have to unmute your mic. You have to unmute your mic on your end. I cannot do it on my end. Unmute your mic. Okay, yeah, it's unmute right now. Say something. We still not hearing anything. Your mic is mute again. You have to unmute your mic so we can hear what you're saying. If you'd mute you, we won't hear anything.
But until she rectified, DJ, I wanted to add some statistics to that. Like put some facts towards what we are saying, and just it just not seem like we're just a ramble because we are both men. Um, it's a proven fact that 3/4 of the people who commit suicide are men. That's a proven fact. That's
Mm.
not me saying that.
Statistics showing that.
That's statistics, bro. So it's a simple Google search and you see it. You don't even have to go far. I mean, 3/4 of the people who commit suicide are men, and now the statistic even go further. 3/4 of that 3/4 are
Mm.
married men. Married men
So
between the ages of 40 and 55.
that says a lot.
Uh, Bro, that says a lot. But the world don't care about men, so
That's the
through
thing
the
there.
statistics of men, nobody cares about men.
They don't care about men for real, because you look here. First of all, like I say, we cannot come out and express ourselves. So most of the time, no matter you in a relationship and you having some issues, problem, but you soaking that in because look here, you cannot come out and say anything because they're gonna
Yeah.
brand you as soft man, as sissy, as this and that. So that is the reason why you just mentioned of the percentage there.
Depression. Depression. So they commit suicide in the name of depression. Everything is bottled up. It's bottled up inside of us, and there's nobody to vent to, without being judged. That's the thing.
Yep, definitely.
You want somebody that you can vent without being judged.
Frost again.
Still there? She there?
She gone. I see. No connection. So you look like she gone.
She cut off. She'll try again. Tell her try again.
Uh, you try again. Let me see what you say in the chat. There, I ain't seen any chat. What Empress say depends on the partner a man has. He might not open up to his ex, but open up with a different girl. Well, well, you have a point. There, it all depends, because you know it just like okay, it just like women also. There are certain things they won't tell the partner, but they will discuss that with a female friend. You know, Be-
Mm-hmm.
because look here, man, you most of the time you will find like a man will more go and tell his virgin something happening, something personal happening in his maybe his marriage relationship than he discuss that with his wife because of the answer he might get from her and things like that. It's just a thing that we as men we very stagnant in terms of expressing ourselves because of the outcome. And it's sad to say that all are happening that the percentage of men that committing suicide is mostly in marriage.
Right.
Rough.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but because when you see when you get to that age, DJ, what happens is when you get to that age, it's not about slam bam thank you madam anymore. At that age, we become what they call sapiosexuals, meaning you're attracted to the mind, you're attracted to the intelligence, you're attracted to the person's level of reasoning. So that's what stimulates us at this age. At this age is the conversations that stimulate us. 20 years ago, your body might stimulate me, but know what? Now a level of reasoning that get us stimulated. And I mean, so what women need to understand, the thing that turn us off is what you say and do turn us off. It's not the stretch mark on your body or whatever the baby did to you. That's not a turn off for us. Well, most men, I should say, not all.
At first, I said she said the mic will not unmute. She gonna try again. Um, okay. Well, we're here, so we'll have to try again for so you can get through because we really want to hear a female perspective on that. Yeah, but back to the BBL thing there again, just to kind of finish up the BBL thing before for us to come in. And so many women are seeing the risk of BBL. They seeing under surgery, woman lost in life, but it's like that is nothing to them. It's crazy. It's like it's nothing to them. They still want to go. I mean, so many women lost their life on
Yeah,
doing,
man.
and it's like
It doesn't scare them, right? It's not a deterrent. They still gonna do it tomorrow.
this is crazy. It's really crazy. And talking about that, there is something else, but I believe that's for the next podcast. What they call AI partner, but that's for the next podcast. We have to talk about that seriously because this is something that coming rampage. It's not popular right now, but it's slowly coming into the market. AI partner. You know what I mean by AI partner?
Mhm. No, I'm not privy to that.
Okay, well. This is something because they have them selling already. A man buying a AI, a robot, and the AI it learn very fast. It progress very very quick. So everything the man. I watch a prototype on a video on YouTube. I say it's crazy. He actually buy a AI is a partner. Is like a woman to him in a form of a body, but it's an AI. So he's very smart.
Yeah. No, I understand it. I understand the concept. Yeah, explain. Yeah. And yeah, I don't see that as far fetched. To where the world is right now, and where AI is slowly creeping in, in every aspect again of our life. Yeah. So start try again. Are you there? All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me add you on this. Yeah, we can hear you right now, Froster. Big up yourself. You loud
Okay,
and
first, hey, first of all, I've got a sore throat, so I'm going to sound a little bit croaky with my Barry White voice.
all right.
Not quite like Shannon,
You sounding all right.
but
Good.
yeah, just a
Greetings,
bit.
young lady. It's the first time I'm talking to you
Yeah, well,
without a keyboard.
actually, it's the first time Buffalo's
I
here.
know, right?
It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll,
yeah.
I'll,
Good to
I'll
hear
let
your
you hear
voice.
it when it's much better, though.
All right then. All right. Thank you.
This will do for now.
Okay, so what do you want to know?
Anything you want to tell us? Start with the BBL. That's where we started, and then we transition.
Yeah.
Okay, so this BBL thing, again, like, I don't know who mentioned that it was an insecurity thing and it was, an influencer thing. And people, young people in their 20s and 30s, sorry, I'm really not well, but I'm going to try. They're easily influenced. So, my husband, we have a 25-year-old daughter, right? So, my husband has actually sat her down and spoken to her and told her that yes, he had many girlfriends before he met me, but he never found wife material until he met me. Once he met me, he quit. Like that was the end of that. And so he told her, don't go through that. Don't go, just wait. Just wait. If that makes sense to you guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is, is she and the reason why I'm asking because I have a 24-year-old myself still living in the house with me.
Uh-huh.
You know, I try every car, but you know I leave. But
Oh, don't bother. It's not working for me either.
it's not working. Some of those I just let it go. But is she? Because the reason I'm asking again, I just want to be frank and open. My 24-year-old daughter, she's heavily into social media. Heavily. She doesn't have a BBL or tattoo or anything like that, but she is
Yeah.
just like sometimes I reason with her. And I can hear the influence coming out of her, and I have to tell her, I say, listen, leave Instagram at the door. Not because I don't have an account,
Mhm.
I don't know what's going on. I'm not out of touch. You know, I'm very much in tune of what's going on in the world. So I'm like, don't bring the Instagram talking points in the
Mhm.
house because I'll just walk over you with that. But so I'm asking you, is your daughter
So,
heavily
so
into
I'll tell you now. So my daughter is actually quite the opposite. She runs her own business, and most of it is online. So when she's actually online, she's working. She, I don't even think she has an Instagram account. Like that's just not her. She's not into. She's not a follower. She's
nice?
not a follower. I remember once we had a conversation, and we were talking about what teenagers do to fit in. And she actually said to me, "You don't have to worry about that with me, Mom. I never want to fit in. I want to fit out." I'm like, "What the heck does fit out mean?" Like, I've never heard that before. What are you talking about? Who
You want to
says that?
stand
She does
out.
not
You want to
like
stand
that.
out, in other words.
Yes, but because it was fit in, she
Yes,
jumped
I
in and
understand
said
the
fit
wording.
out, meaning,
Understood.
I'm a leader, I'm not a follower. So she's not easily influenced, even by us, you know. But we have like adult conversations because they're adults. We still have monthly family meetings with agendas. We talk about things. We talk about the good, bad, and the ugly. So we're all open and honest with each other, and I think that's what makes it work.
So
On the
you
contrary,
you
go
don't
ahead.
think
I'm sorry.
you don't think like the internet or social media have any influence on her? You don't think so?
She doesn't let it.
Okay, okay.
She doesn't allow that. Like I said, she's not a follower. She's a leader.
I believe her
And
DJ. You
when I
know why?
say she's a
Because
leader,
mine's second.
she does her own thing. If you choose to follow her, that's fine. It's on you. She's not asking for followers. That's
All
why she
right.
doesn't do social media. Yeah, do
Because
you
I,
understand now what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I was
So yeah.
about to say that my other daughter, she's 20, and she is quite the opposite. So you see, living in the same house, same parents, you know what I mean, same brought up, see, so you know, and she's quite the opposite. She doesn't have a social media account. She's not interested, you know, and
Mhm.
I'm saying, look at the as them say, seven brothers, seven different minds, as Jamaicans would say. So I guess
Absolutely. I've
when they
heard
develop
that
their
before.
own personality, yeah, when they develop their own personality, they become their own person. So you know, I
Yeah.
can see that happening. She being 25 and not influencer, I don't have an account like
Mhm.
myself.
You're absolutely right because I have two younger sisters as well. So obviously I'm the eldest of, three girls. And my middle sister is, wow, like I can't even find the words to describe her. She's 53, I think, but she still thinks she's 20. She, no disrespect to anybody, she's my sister. I love her dearly. She has three children by three different men, because of things that she used to get up to. You couldn't tell her anything. She could be guided. She literally, she's still a rebel.
So
And
can
I'm
we
like,
use
how's
that?
that working out for
Can we
you?
use that to segue into the second topic that we had? That's a great point. We can use that as a
Mhm.
segue. When
Uh-huh.
I think I said there was this quote unquote influencer or rapper, young rapper called Gorilla, saying that ladies should,
I
you know,
saw
do
that. I
everything they
did see
want in
that.
their 20s and explore. What are your thoughts on that? Given what you said about your sister,
Empress, easy to impress. King the Empress, tell us something in the chat. Check it out.
what are you pressing what?
Tell us something in the chat. Check it out.
Oh,
I don't know what speaks there because I can't actually see the chat right now.
Oh, you,
I can see it now. I had to move the screen. Shift the screen and you'll see it. Clear the screen. Just touch it. Touch the screen and scroll up. Because I couldn't see it earlier either.
Let me hold on. No, I don't know. I need a new phone. You guys need to buy me a phone. I don't know what this is doing.
what telephone you have there? You have the old
Listen,
school.
you need to buy all our
Oh, now I
moderators
can
in my
see it.
phone.
Oh my word. Empress, what?
DJ, the
Hey
moderator, they
there.
want a phone version.
Like, yeah.
Empress, you are so wrong for that.
Yeah, so Professor, so
Because
to the topic, what we were saying now, the women them who do what they want to do when they're young and get older and think that
Mhm.
they want the best, the cream of the crop. When they touch
Yeah.
40 or in their 40s and again,
Mhm.
we're not
Mhm.
disrespecting your sister, but there
Yeah.
are a lot of
I
women
do.
out
I
there
get that.
who just have a lot of children with a lot of different men. Some are circumstantial. We're not talking about those women. We're
Mhm.
talking about the one them who say you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them what to do, and they do whatever they want, and then they get of age and it come back to haunt
Yeah.
them. What do you think about those women?
You've just described my sister. She literally still expects to find a good man to take care of her and do this and do that, and you know to settle down with her and all that other stuff. She's still looking for that. I'm like, okay, you need to stop looking for that and look for yourself. You are lost. And until you find yourself and figure out who you are, put yourself together, that's not going to happen. That is not what men want. She cursed me,
Yeah,
of course, when I told her, but I'm her big sister. Of course, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to pull you up, girl. But yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So sometimes you have to let them know the truth, and that is something. Me see, I back home, and I know of a lot of women they're like that. I mean, in the young days, they really run around. What that's the term we're using. They run around a lot, as the song what I say. They run around, girl. Yeah, they run around a lot, and then in the later years, that's the time they want to settle down, look for a good man and settle down, and then they get offended when the man will tell them, but
Right?
back in your young days, you run around so much. They get offended by that, and that is just fact. It's just,
And then, like, I know one thing she actually told me at one point was, "Oh, you're so lucky to have a good husband, to find a good husband." I'm like, I didn't find a good husband. I wasn't like, he was never lost. Neither was I. We never found each other. I was already
So,
me. He
so
was
it
already
was
him.
destined. It was
None of us
destined
were
to happen
lost.
because you already
I'm like, you
laid
were the one
the
that's
cards on the
lost.
table.
Hmm?
Right, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, when you play your
So,
cards right and you lay your cards on the table, then whatever you put out to the universe, it comes back to you.
yeah, exactly,
hmm
exactly.
yep,
So you just have to
Exactly.
be
yeah,
But you know that as King this say we talking about the obvious because I mean there are plenty
yeah,
good women out there that that been through life, but I mean it's not really their fault that they've been through what they've been through, and but
hmm
men still look at it away because, like I said, there are some good because first of all, relationship is something that you don't know what happened tomorrow. When when a woman
hmm
gets fall in love with a man, she think that is forever. She don't have thinking that it's gonna break up or something gonna go wrong. Like
right, right.
things go bad, and then she they go separate ways, and then for whatever reason she get the next man, and maybe that happen maybe 5 times. No, if you check it out, that is 5 different men.
Mhm. But
yeah.
see, that's the definition of stupidity. You keep doing the same stupid ass thing over and over, and you're expecting a different result. It's not going to happen. Like,
But why do women
and
defend these things though, from stuff? Why do women
uh,
defend other women? Doesn't matter what, they just defend other women and find excuses for them. I'm asking you as a woman, why do women do that? Why women don't
I don't
bring
do that. I don't.
accountability to
I
each
call
other?
people out. No, no, I
Not you
don't do that. I
specifically,
call
but
people out,
we want you to speak
and
on
I'm okay
behalf
with
of.
being called out. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like a competition thing. Oh, so you think you're better than me? Well, look at me. Look at my hair. Look at my makeup. Look at my this. Look at my that. It's like nobody wants to look at that. They want to look at you. Who are you? Are you somebody really to look at, not on the outside? Men aren't going to look at that. They look at that when they're in their wilding days, yes. But once you've come to your senses and overgrown that, you're like supposed to kind of mature and not, you know, people talk about the sisterhood and come on, or you don't sleep with your sister's boyfriend or your friend's boyfriend or whatever. But women do this as a competition. It's like proving to, let's say they slept with their best friend's boyfriend, and then they throw it in their face and say, "Ha, in your face, bitch, because I
Come
slept with your
on.
boyfriend. Now what?" Do you see my point? Do you see what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. It's a competition thing. It's a who do you think you are kind of.
And and a lot of women they use that term they in their young days. You know what they're saying? I'm young, I have to live life. That's the thing.
Uh,
Yeah, they're young, they have to
so,
live.
so DJ, like what you said that now, Floopstar. Now tell us.
Mhm.
Since I think you said Empress was the one. I think DJ said Empress was the one mentioned something about women now that are doing BBs are there. That's insecurities. All right. So juxtapose this for me, if you will. 20 years ago and the current times. I mean, like I said, juxtapose the two things and explain the insecurities then and now, because it wasn't a thing then that the woman have to go get their body done 20 years ago versus now, and and prove a point to us.
Two words for you: social media. Another word for you: influencers. That's all it is.
Well,
We didn't have access to all that, as like, well, I certainly did, like, when I was a teenager in my 20s, whatever. Never had access to any of that. I was never influenced by any of that. So I stayed true to who I was, and I didn't follow anybody. I did my own thing. But now there's social media. And so these young ladies are being influenced because they have access to all this. And it's just like, oh, so you think you're this? Watch me. I'm going to prove that I'm this and the other.
But
That's
look
what it is. It's social
at
media.
as you mentioned at the social media, yeah, because that play a vital role. But look at that. What about people that came from an era like in our era where that wasn't a case, and then now they came in into this new social media thing. Remember, I could maybe understand those new generation that born in
Hmm.
that era, but what about those people like age group that born maybe in the 70s, 80s, we didn't grow up with social media, and then now we join into the same thing that happening today.
Okay, so the word for that is
So
entitlement.
do you think they will influence?
Entitlement.
Mhm.
I never had, like, so the thought is, I never had that when I was 20. So you know what? Now I'm fully grown. I'm going to have what I want. Does
Mhm.
that make
So,
sense?
are you saying so? You're saying is the insecurity that they're talking about is just an excuse, or you're saying social media created the insecurity?
It's both. It's both. It's both. Again, you said earlier, you're not generalizing, but it's both. So you have women who, will say stuff like, I've had my children, I've lived my life. No, whatever. Now it's time for me to live my life and I'm going to do this, that, and the other, right? Because of insecurity. And then you have other women who will say, oh, okay, I can change this. I can change my butt. I can change my boobs. I can afford to do this. So it's too much. It's too much, really. Like, seriously, you know.
But
Words like
let's
self-worth. Not every woman has that self-worth. They have it. I apologize. They have it, but they don't realize that they do have it. So if you don't know you have it, you cannot use it. If you have a tool and you ignore it, are you ever going to use it? No.
Empress
No.
says something there and she makes sense, and we as men also have to take blame for what happened and what the women are doing to the bodies, because a lot of men, as King said earlier on, a lot of men also, they make the women and feel as if that's what we want, BBLs. Because if I mean right now, a lot of women don't really do it for the men, but there are some that still do it because, like I say, the internet have a lot to complain. Doesn't matter Instagram. Take Instagram for example. When a woman posts a picture, she do her body, she posts a picture, she get thousands and thousands of likes. How many men in the comment section? So when the other women them see them stuff there, they thinking to themselves, hey, the men them love that, because look at them praising the woman, telling her how she look good and stuff like that. You know?
Okay, so you say, I think you just said that a lot of women actually do that. Um, you know, what did you? I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry. Did you say they do it for men or do it for themselves?
Well, back then they were
They
more
do it for men,
for
right?
men back then, but today is
They
like
do it to attract men, etc.
that one of it, yeah.
Right? No. When they do it, it's never done for themselves. They don't do that for themselves. They do it for men, and they do it for men because that's what they've learned over time. Oh, men like big butts, men like
So,
this, men like
so
that.
same thing as I said
And
earlier.
so if I want a man to like me, I'm gonna go get me big butt. Then I'll get a man,
Hmm.
Okay, so
right?
next next
Self-worth.
next
Lacking.
question, as you mentioned that there, if a woman in a relationship with a man, she getting a BBL, obviously it have to be she and the man that come together to can decide that. Remember, she in a relationship. I can understand if a woman is single and maybe she want, but if you with your man,
Mhm.
you cannot go and get BBL if he don't agree about that.
Again, if your man is telling you, oh, your bottom get flat, your boobs get saggy, I don't like that. Well, guess what? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with him saying that. What is wrong is you accepting that and acting on it.
But if I may say, um, women that do these enhancements, if you notice, they are all from a particular circle. They're in the spotlight in some way, shape, or form.
That's
So they're in
exactly
the
right.
social media spotlight or they're in the party world. Now, with
Mhm,
that being said, when you go to a party, since we're all Caribbean people here, I could narrow it down to that. You go to a party, selector, yo,
mhm.
you not no stretch mark. Go out for the dance room, pop style for your friend. The selectors also play a role into these women because again, these women are into that circle. They're into the party circle, the dancehall circle, the social media circle. So
Mhm.
they are no they are no pushed by. I'm trying to tie into what you said, Foop, said that the men also have to take a portion of the blame because when you are driving a particular crowd or leading a particular crowd with a microphone, you are the DJ, you're the selector, and you are say these things, and it's being repeated by your co-workers, other selectors in other parties for years and years and
Yeah,
years, then all the women now think say, okay, that I do it now. You understand what I'm saying? So of
yeah.
course, we men have to take we
Low self-esteem.
have a
Low
lot to we
self-esteem.
play a role in it. We play a role in it.
Yeah,
So we have to take
men play a big role in that.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Like
huge.
just mentioned
So
there,
wanna
women.
stop it, please. Wanna stop it, please. Don't think I don't know how to talk, Patwa. Wanna stop it. I'm joking.
Women do the body, and guess what? Men still live them. Men still live
let
them.
me let me touch on another point. Um, I think fathers have a lot to do with how uh, young women, especially, turn out and act, and things that they do. Because if they have never grown up with the attention of a father, the guidance of a father, they are going to seek that attention. It's natural. It's human nature to seek that attention that you never had, especially if your next door neighbor had both parents and you only had your mom, and your mom was miserable because she was a single mom and whatever. You are going to go and seek that affection from men because you haven't had it. It's sad, but it's true.
that's a
So that is
factor.
why, again, yeah, yeah.
That's a factor, but there are a lot of women that grew up with only their mom and they became strong-minded and made decisions on their own. So that's a factor. We must admit to that being in the house, play a huge role. And I only have girls. I don't have any boys, and I'm glad they are in my life and I'm in their life full time.
Yeah,
Me
that's
not pick them
awesome.
up on weekend and anything. They're living with me. It makes a difference in their lives.
Yeah, it does. I saw this video once, and I'm thinking, how do people even think this is funny? It's not funny. Where the guy went to his baby mama's house, and I hate that term too, and he rang the doorbell. She opened the door, and you know, she said, "What do you want?" He said, "I'm here to pick up my daughter." And he literally stepped through the door, picked up the little girl, gave her a kiss, put her back down, and walked out. He literally physically just picked her up. That's what he meant. And I'm like, do
You
they
know that
understand trauma?
just for because a lot of videos, the people do this just for likes and attention. I
Yeah.
keep.
Right, but they don't realize it's having an influence on people out there, because men are going to see that. Some men are going to see that and think it's okay. It's not
Young
okay,
man see that.
you know?
Some of these videos are skits. I don't know if that's what DJ was trying to say. Some of them are skits and they try to make it look real. We just have to be careful. But nonetheless, skit or not,
Yeah, 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 definitely. It doesn't
it's
matter. Yeah, it's still bad because as you say,
still bad.
thousands of people looking at there and they might think it's real, and it's just. I mean, as you said earlier on, the internet is just. This is the number one thing to. It boils down to the internet majority of the thing, because back then in our time we never had the internet and it never. Well, to tell you the plain truth, in my young days, I never even knew about the things the BBL. I don't know about the things. I don't even know if I don't believe anyone was doing the things back then. I ain't too sure. I doubt that. But we never knew about BBL. and stuff like that. I mean, all women we see all women with a natural body. It doesn't matter how big the ass is, how flat.
Yeah,
Not,
yeah.
but today,
So, like, I'm not a male, obviously, but I have a son, and again, like I told you, we talk, we meet, we talk, we discuss everything, and he's actually said to me he will never date a girl. He's almost 30. He's never going to date a woman who wears, um, you know, all that makeup and fake this and fake that. And I said, well, why? Why not? He goes, fake breast, fake booty. He's like, no. So I said, why not? Because I was curious. He goes, because that's not what men want. I'm
exactly.
like, oh my God.
You're right. 100% right.
Those were his
It's true.
words.
But
But
women
but
don't. Most of the women they don't think like that. They believe that's what we want.
yeah, and the next
Yeah,
point to
yeah.
this story, the next aspect to this is very story. See if we can type. Um, put it in the form of a question. Do you think that the more we have as black people gain access to capital, more money, more resources, we turn ourselves into damn clones? I mean, why I'm saying that or asking that, I mean, decades ago, it was people who were affluent and have access to a lot of capital that could even
Yeah.
afford these searches. We couldn't afford them. The general Jane Doe out there couldn't afford it in those days.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
now that we have more access to capital, we're more up
Well,
in the work field and start making more. We start making six figures now. A lot of us, we starting to use that money to do all kind of things where
yeah,
we
yeah.
never even conjure could have conjure up of doing 20 years ago. I mean, so to
It's a
plainly put it,
status
do you
thing.
think access to more money, that more money, more
Absolutely.
problems?
Yeah,
What
I
it is a
that,
status thing.
that
I've got to prove
that
that
is a fact.
I've got, more money than you, right? That's the main one, which makes absolutely no sense
So the woman,
whatsoever to
hold
me.
on, hold on, hold on. Let's put clarity on that. Huh? You can't just skip over that. You're saying the woman with the BBL, the my pop style, and the woman
Mhm.
that don't have it, and saying me have more money than you. The enhancements is a form of
Absolutely.
statement to say I
I
have the
have
dough and
more
I can
than
afford
you,
this and you can't.
and exactly, I've more than you, and
Cha.
here's the proof. Here's the proof.
Gotcha.
I paid $10,000 for my butt. I paid
Yeah.
fifteen thousand
So
dollars for my
women
boobs.
really do them
What do
things.
you have?
A woman
You
saying
see,
that.
do you see what I'm saying? It's a
Uh,
status thing, and you know, I've got to prove myself that I have more than you. Leave me alone. Stop it.
Man, it's crazy out there. Trust me. I mean, what?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, judge.
The
All
other
right, I
thing
always want
is,
to keep it fair and balanced. Let's keep it fair and balanced again. BJ,
mhm,
men do it too. I'm talking about the concept, the idea, the template of using things to say I got it more than you. Men
Yeah,
will do it with
yeah,
cars.
yeah. You're right.
yes,
You know what I mean? Live in an apartment building and they buy a Mercedes Benz. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And say, "Oh, I got it. You don't." You know
status,
what I'm saying?
status thing.
Yeah, we just want to
Like,
keep
do
it
you know
balanced
who
again.
I am?
We're not bash women. We're not sitting
Yeah,
here
yeah,
bashing women.
yeah. We could put the balance, but for a woman to can do her body and boast, I mean,
Yeah, it's different from buying a car. I get it. I get it. But
Mm,
we just have to say the concept, the ideology, the idea
yeah,
behind,
yeah,
making these decisions is what we're saying. It's they are rooted from the same ground and from the same soil of
absolutely.
thought.
I just want to go back a little bit because I remember more of the conversation my son was having with us. And when he said he wouldn't date somebody who's basically fake or requires assembly.
Empress, Empress, come in, Mary. Empress,
Requires
man, I
a
really
let me
like
put it
about
through
six
this.
months.
what men doing things there? That man,
You
business.
actually said.
Yeah, man. Empress, you
Men
got
do
too
that
far, man.
too. Stop.
Empress, you gone too far.
But DJ, she not lying though. I've heard of it, bro. She not lying. She not lying. DJ, she not lying, bro.
But yeah, so the other part of what my son said is that when he said he wouldn't date a woman who's got fake whatever he said, and he said that's not what men want. The other thing he said was that's what men use.
Ah,
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think
I
about
don't need
that.
to think about it. I'm a man. It's true. I don't even have to process that thought.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's true.
You
So
know, and
it go back to
it's true.
something we said earlier, Foopster, and maybe you can chime in on that too. Um, you see, you're hearing this from your son. Okay, he's your
Mhm.
son. But if you take away the idea that he's a son, he's a man. You're hearing this from a man. So why is it that women don't listen to men more and understand how we think and what we want? Why women run men from around the proverbial table of conversation?
Mhm.
And this has been happening before me and you're born. This is happening before all three of us on this panel were even born. This is nothing new. Women shut men down. They control the media. They control everything. You can't talk in your house. Them say you chat too much. You're a sissy.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I mean, why women do these things? And again, this has been happening for many, 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 many decades before
Yeah.
me and your mother ever born to this
So
day.
I on a previous live, I think I spoke about something like that, where I am a professional, as you guys know, you know, and I'm, very prominent in the hospital, and I teach in a university and all that kind of stuff. When I come home, as prominent as I am out there, I put that down at the front door. And when I come in, my husband is the head of the house. I don't, like that's never going to change.
Exactly.
And I always, do you understand what I'm saying? But a
Yeah,
lot of women have a problem doing that.
a lot of women don't do that for you, right? Because as long as they
They have a
in
problem
the morning,
doing that. It's like, oh, love and obey what?
yeah,
Obey who?
yeah, go.
That big woman. And it's like,
Hmm. Well, speak on it on a
yeah.
broader spectrum. Speak on it in the grand scheme of things. From a mother's perspective, a sister's perspective, just a
Hmm.
female friend's perspective. Not you specifically, but from a woman. Why women tend to not listen to men or shut men down or think we have nothing valid to say. What I mean? Not just from a wife perspective, because women do it. A lot of wives do it. They come in and they tell you, um, how their day was. Sophia did this, and you know what Karen said to me, and then when she done tell you what happened at work, she won't even turn to you and say,
How was your
so
day?
hon, how was
Yeah,
your day? You know what I mean? So
right.
they
I do
just
that
want you to
actually.
be
But yeah,
ears. They
No,
just want
yeah.
you to
no,
be
no,
ears,
no.
not
The reason
understanding that
because
we have things to say.
you know why they would ask that question because to them or we strong or they always are right. So it's like they will
There you
ask the
go.
question there because the same perspective you just mentioned there, because to them that it's always good. It's always because we are the men. Yeah. So they will
Yeah,
ask
if a
how
man talks
they
about his feelings, he's weak. So,
Yeah.
they're scared to do that sometimes.
Well,
Most
they go
men are
back to the
scared to do
question though.
that.
They go back to the question why women think that and why they don't listen to men. Sensible men who can articulate how the average man see things. What I mean, why women shun men, starting from mommy to sister to
Ignorance,
wife to friend.
ignorance, ignorance, arrogance, lack of knowledge. They don't know any different. If you don't know any different, you can't do any different.
yeah.
Do you
Agreed.
see what I'm saying?
You mentioned lack
If
of
that's what you're used to,
lack of
then
knowledge.
that's what you're gonna.
That's a very great point. And
Lack of knowledge.
they must break the
They
chain.
don't know.
They need to come educate on that. I believe a lot of them does. I mean, that's from generation back. They've been taught that.
Hmm.
So this, it's like
Right.
generation. As long as
Right.
you break it, it's gonna
Let me
continue.
let me let me tell you a quick story. There was this woman who her husband used to watch her cook, and when she made her roast beef, she would always cut it and get rid of like a piece of it. And her husband's like, why is she wasting the meat? And one day he
Uh,
asked her, why would you do that? And she said, because that's how my mother did it. And then when she asked her mother, yeah, well, why did you do it? And she said, because my mother did that. That's what I learned from my mom. So they got to the grandmother now and they asked her, why did you do that? She goes, because I didn't have a big enough pot.
wouldn't fit in the pot.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't even understand the reason behind what they were doing because they never questioned it. They just accepted that this is how it's to be done, and you just do it like that, and that's that.
Okay, so what's the
Lack
excuse
of
for
knowledge.
2024 though, when women push empowerment and women push education and statistic has proven, especially in the Caribbean, that we have more educated and professional women than you have the men. You know, and so since women want to lead and take charge, even though they can't because they were never designed to,
Yeah,
you know, but
exactly.
so at what point we're going to let go of the ignorance excuse?
It's just like a need to prove yourself to people who, I'm sure you know that there are parents out there who have said to their children, to their girls especially, you'll never amount to anything. You'll never find a good man because you can't cook. You'll never find a good man because you can't this, you can't whatever. And so it's okay that if that's what you think, watch me. And they try and prove themselves. And it's like, oh, I don't need no man because I can do this all by myself. No, you can't, love. No, you weren't meant to.
Right.
It's.
But if
Does
it
that
is
answer your question or not, sir?
from a monetary perspective, men can far do better by themselves without women. If we're looking at it through the lens of finances, so it's a silly excuse. We need each other. You know, just like our man need a woman, no matter how much money he have, him still him
Mm,
need a woman.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but women think once they have money, they'll DJ. They think once they have money, they have access to capital, they have a good job, and they're getting six or seven
um,
figures, and they have it together. They start telling say, "Oh, I don't need no man."
Yeah, exactly. Because you're making
like
your own
say,
money.
please say
Yeah,
some
they
women
could feel
because
quote unquote.
I hold my own.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not
of course,
bragging
it
on my
goes without
husband.
saying.
I
It
hold
goes
my
without
own.
saying. It's not absolute. It
So
goes without saying that it's some.
I would never be disrespectful enough to my husband to say I don't need you because I got my own this, my own that. No. Mm-mm.
So that
But
means
I've got to build myself up because now I've got this, now I've got that. I don't need
so let's
nobody
clear
because
up
I can do
another
it by
myth.
myself.
So let's clear another myth while we're here and having you on the panel. Why do women think that if they're in some form of power at work, or they're making good money and have a nice house, have a nice car, they got their finances and everything together, have their ducks in a row? Why do they think that the average man is intimidated by them? And that's not true.
It's not true. I agree. I've heard that before. I've seen it, and I don't know why. I can't answer that one, to be honest. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
but it's
I've certainly seen it and heard it.
yeah, it's far from the truth. Men shun these kind of women because they know what they're in store for. They know she's gonna want to take charge and want to bark orders, and it's just not in our nature to sit and just take that. So we prefer not to go down that road. But we're not and never intimidated
Yeah,
by any successful woman. It's just that we know what comes with it.
yeah. And you see, when that kind of action starts, like you said, oh, they start to tell the men they don't need them. They've got their own this, their own that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, sorry. I'm sorry. Hold
So
on. Mm,
You're right. Okay, easy. Sorry
yeah,
then.
no, I'm good now. No, 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 no. Like I said, I've got a really sore throat. My throat is just like.
Okay.
See, now I
So
can't even
you're saying
remember what I was
it's a
saying.
form of defense?
Yeah, well, of course. Oh, that was
But
so
to
sweet.
the point there, you see, back in the days, women used to be staying home. Nowadays, women are so established. So some women feel powerful. Yeah, back then it used to be like that. A lot of women used to be, you know, staying home, and the men will be all going and work. Today is different.
Traditional. Mhm.
Yeah, you know.
It's tradition. And you
So
can
yeah, so
also link that to the Bible.
a lot of women feel powerful because they out there working and doing it, quite getting a salary. You know,
Right.
a little bit more money than the man, and then they always so they're gonna feel powerful.
Oh, yeah, tradition. My grandparents had, they got married and they had 15 children. 15. And so my mom's obviously one of 15 children. However, my grandparents had over 80 acres of land. They had people working for them, working the land, doing whatever. And my grandmother was never allowed to work, ever. Allowed. And I said that word, allowed. My granddad, because of tradition, would not allow my grandmother to work. She wanted to, but she just had to sit at home and have children and cook and clean and wash and iron and whatever. Tradition,
Yeah, that was the tradition back then for real. Yep.
man. Mm-mm.
Well, today, is different today, and majority of the women them will say, "Who me? You crazy? I ain't gonna stay home and make kid babies and washing and cooking. I wanna go out and make my own money, have my own thing." Which no, no, nothing wrong in that, you know. It's all good, you know. But the thing is that you know that's the reason I had the last podcast. You know, women tend to can bring in that masculine energy because that is the thing. We as men don't want that. It doesn't matter even if you're making your own money.
Mhm.
We are the man. We already have the masculine energy. We don't want to see that coming from you no more. Keep that feminine energy.
Absolutely.
So that's
We,
a big
as
problem.
women, we need to learn to respect our men's position, regardless of what you own, what you have, how
Exactly.
smart you are. We need to respect our men's position. If you have a man, if you have a husband, he is the head of the home. So it doesn't matter if you make $50,000 more than him. Respect his position as the head. And that doesn't happen very often anymore, sadly,
No
you
question.
know, because I don't need to, because
No,
I
listen.
don't need to do this.
That's the next thing now. Okay, a man and a woman. I mean, living together. They both working. They both working. But something happened, and then the man lost his job. The woman continued working. She have a job. The man lost his job,
Mhm.
and that's a lot of times that creates a lot of problem because it's like since he lost his job. I mean, he didn't get back a job at the same time. Maybe 3 4 months. I mean, he out of work, and then so it's like right there
Uh-huh.
things start to change up in the home. Because she feel like she's the one that actually working right now. She's the one that bringing the money in the home. So it's like she start to disrespect the man there.
Right. And talk down to him.
Exactly.
Mhm. Yeah, that was my point. We need to learn to respect our men regardless of what is happening. So if I'm making, the money and you're out of a job for a few months, it does not take away your position as the head of the house. So who am I to come and disrespect you and tell you, oh, you can't tell me anything because you just sit home all day and whatever.
Well,
Not true, you know?
I wish a lot of women was thinking the way you do because a lot of them don't. A lot of them.
DJ, she's a traditional woman.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, traditional women are becoming extinct, and these young women, young ladies, they might tell us that they don't want to be a traditional woman, right? They don't
Mhm.
even like the concept, the idea. You don't even use a word. It's like profanity to them. Traditional woman, what? They find that fresh.
I remember when my youngest sister got married, and she refused in her wedding vow, because she told me I was stupid. I would never say that. And because in my vow, it was to, I will love you, cherish you, honor, and obey you. Not, and when I say obey, it doesn't make you my master per se, if you know what I mean. But It just means that I'm not going to go behind your back and make any decisions without your permission, kind of thing. She absolutely rewrote it. She said to love, cherish, and honor. I said, well, okay, fine, that's good. But uh, you're not honoring your man if you're not willing to obey certain things.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Empress, you what you say? Do you know that some of the music motivate women? You're right. Yeah, the music motivate a lot of women.
mhm, yeah.
Remember when Beyonce
Mm,
make that song the back in the days, Independence Ladies. I was an Antigua when I saw the race, and actually, yeah, a lot of women start to think differently.
mm.
Yeah, for real, for real. You're checking like what? I mean,
PG, what you say? Beyonce, as a
yeah,
married woman, I say, all my single ladies, as a married woman, as a married
Come
woman,
on
right?
now.
I'm telling
How
you.
does that even make any sense?
Yeah,
Come
it
on
makes
now.
sense in the entertainment world. Makes sense in the entertainment world. And then follow up with the next big hit. To the left, to the left.
yeah, I
Everything you own in a box to the
Everything
left.
on to the. Come on. Who do you
Yeah,
think you are to
yeah,
disrespect
yeah.
your husband or boyfriend or, not everybody that live together as, they are married. It doesn't matter. It's a piece of paper. Who do you think you are to be so
I
disrespectful?
I mean, I make more money than my wife here, and the respect goes both way in the house. It doesn't matter who pay the mortgage. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter if I pay the mortgage or not. She said, no shoes in the house, and I respect that. Why am I gonna look on her and say, I won't pay the mortgage in the house? It's not a flex. You have to respect
Simple
each other.
things.
exactly.
Simple.
It doesn't matter who makes more money. She said she don't want you wear the shoes in the house, and I respect that. And I would never, dishonor,
Perfect.
disrespect her, or tell her, say, me I carry more money than her, and in this house
Hmm.
I can do whatever I want. That's childish. And I'm saying that
It it
women,
does
though, on
make
the other hand,
another phrase that
mm,
people say about marriage or partnership is it's 50-50. I'm sorry, no, it's not. I'm going to give my husband 100%.
100,
I
100,
expect him to
of
give me
course.
100%
You,
too.
you, you know, I
Ain't no
glad,
50-50.
yeah, glad she just bring that up there because um, is which two locks, Curly locks, the other video one of those days. I know which I can't remember which one of them, but the same thing I was talking about there, about that 50-50 thing and the 100-100, and he said that he support human fully. That's his support for
Fully.
that's yeah. And a lot of women using that percentage thing there nowadays. Oh, the man 50-50 or six. I don't know where they come up with that concept there. You all are in love together. I mean, look here. You all support each other 100%. I don't know
Yeah.
where. And you know
Hmm.
a lot of the things that happen in there. Like I said, influence, the friends, what they see in the media, a lot of influence around them. I mean, it's crazy right now because so many influence around you right now too. There is it's so many women that are weak.
Exactly.
You know.
It's
Hmm.
saturated. The internet has been saturated with some unnecessary podcasts. As I may say, some microphone need to be turned off, bro. You know what I mean? Because they somewhat overtalk and outshine you know the actual people who have something of substance to contribute.
Because of Charles Davidson, you said, first, I'm glad that I have a traditional wife today for you too.
Awesome.
Yeah, big yourself, man. When you see you have a wife like that, you have to hold them tight. Can't let go.
I mean, come on, guys. Why do you think I've been married? Well, in June it will be 31 years. Why do you think we're still married? How many people do you know that are married in our age group that are
Hey,
still married? How
hey.
many?
Well, I'm not far from you.
Hey, look, a boy, I'm older than you, boy.
Yeah. Well, you do the math. We have a 24-year-old. That means we've gone over 24 years. Just put it that way. I leave it at that.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but
You
um,
know,
it had a lot of bumps, though, ups and downs. It's
And
not easy.
and
to
that
keep any marriage so
totally
long.
expected because you know in a relationship you're always gonna be ups and downs. You know,
Yeah.
it's never be a smooth ride all through.
DJ, you see, in order to stay together a lot longer, you have to have some, tenacity to actually endure some things. Because nowadays, everybody's so soft and fickle. Least little thing, gone, Rich, gone. You know what I mean? It
Hey,
doesn't matter if you can do without the person because people are making every decision based on finances.
It's,
You
yeah,
know?
right. And it's like nowadays it's like people don't fix the issue in a relationship. Instead they fix it, they just separate.
Yeah,
You
then
know.
just separate and call it a
exactly.
day.
Yeah, got it.
Again,
Yeah.
that's why we have meetings. But that's why me and my husband and children have meetings. We are dedicated to making this work, no matter what. So you'll find women who are not willing to be that dedicated. Why do you
Yeah, man.
think a man's gonna want that? Why do you think a man's gonna want that from you? I'm sorry, what? You're not willing to dedicate yourself to your husband? Okay, it
And
doesn't
like we
make
said
any sense to
earlier,
me.
like I said earlier, men pay attention to these things, and women don't understand how observant men are. We pay attention to little things that we
Hmm.
use and make the decision. Am I going to walk down the aisle with her? Is she wife material? We are paying attention. But they think that we're just distracted by the sex. Some men are, but we're talking about
Well,
sensible men.
yeah, some are.
Yeah.
It's simple things. Okay, here's another example for you. So the toothpaste I used to buy, the one that you had to take the top off, like unscrew the top and then squeeze it and put it back on, right? My husband had a habit of not putting the top back on, and it annoyed me. Did I lash out on him? I reminded him a few times, oh, don't forget to put that back on. But it was just something he never did. So guess what I did? I stopped buying those ones. I bought the ones where you could just flip the lid open and flip it back closed. That's all it took. That's
Yeah.
all it took to fix
Yeah.
that. So if you're not willing to
Instead of
dedicate to those
continuously
little
arguing
things,
with him, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
you you, you take another route. So instead of continually arguing with him about it.
because men don't like women who nag and nag
I
and
was just I
nag.
was just gonna mention
Oh,
I was
preach
just
it,
gonna mention that
preach it,
earlier. I was
preach it.
I so love is you actually say it before me. We don't love this at all. We don't love nagging. Nah, we don't love them things.
Right?
I'm telling you. I'm
I'm
telling you.
smart enough to know that, so I don't go there.
Yo,
Yeah.
men love peace of mind. Love peace of mind. Just want. That's
We
why
all
there's a
need
thing
that.
called a man cave. It's like a getaway in his own house. Where him just can
Right.
just chill by himself. Just want that peace of
Yeah.
mind.
And then he has one too in the basement, and it's him and my son. I never go in there. That's not my space. That's not my domain. That's not mine to interrupt whatever's going on. If they're watching football and being loud and noisy and whatever, that is not my domain. I leave it be.
And that's
Simple.
respectful. As I said, that we're supposed to reciprocate that as men too. We're at the end of the day, we're individuals. We come together and join,
Mm.
as one, as a unit in marriage. But we're still individuals. So you're gonna want a space, some space, and you're gonna want some me time too. We have to understand each other. Once you learn each other,
Mhm.
then you move accordingly.
Or I can see Empress talking about marriage is about compromise, understanding, and communication. Absolutely.
Communication should be
Absolutely.
first
Who
in
is
that
this
Yes.
order.
who is this person?
Communication is the main thing.
I see city hide somebody message a lot of messages. I wonder who's this person and what did they say there? So city who's this person in comments that you hide? I see a lot of messages been hidden by city. I don't know who is that person and what did they say. But anyway,
Oh, anyway, I don't. I don't want to monopolize the whole time, so please tell me when you're ready for me to go. That's fine. I'm good with that.
No, man, we
But
need
yeah,
a female
You
on the
can,
live, man. Stay on.
as
I'm
long
just letting you know that I'm okay. If you need to tell me to go, I'm fine with that. If you want me to stay,
me tell
I
you,
will
top,
Come on,
stay.
stay.
topics like this, we need a female on the panel with us. Definitely. I wish some more female could have joined in and continue the conversation. Because let me tell you, I can have up to 10 person on screen at the same time, discussing up to 10
Mhm.
person at one time. So there's space, there's no space. Only three of us right now.
Oh, I hope I've offered some kind of insight,
Yeah, man.
from the female perspective.
Well,
You,
You know.
you see, this is a case in point, this is a case in point where we have an open channel and you won't find women shining because there's two men on the panel, or who is the host and the co-host. But if it was a
Mhm.
female host and a female co-host,
you
then you
find,
find women chime in.
yeah.
So and that's the point I'm always. That's the point we made
Mhm.
earlier.
Mhm.
They shun the
True.
reasoning from the opposite side and the opposite gender, but that's the only way you can learn and understand men, that we have different likings.
Mhm.
You can't expect the man to like what you like and do the things what you do, and want to go where you want to go all the time. Then that means you don't want a wife, a husband, you want an ex-wife. Because the man not gonna do everything the way you do it. He's not gonna wash the plate the way you wash the plate. He's not gonna mop the floor the way you mop it. That means that you expect him to be a woman then.
Thank
Men
you.
just do things differently. And until we understand that,
We're built
then we'll
differently.
stop fighting over unnecessary foolishness.
You know,
We function differently, and we just
I always
need
keep on
to,
saying, man, woman, they are different.
accept that.
A lot of time, women always want to do the same thing as men. But I mean, it just cannot work. We are different. We are different.
We're wired different,
Yeah,
one
we're
physically
not the
more
same. We're not
stronger.
the same.
Yeah, but you can't tell these nowadays women that they
Don't-
said that,
Yeah.
anything a man can do, they can do it and do it better. They don't stop and do
Oh,
it.
for
Do
that
do
too.
the same in a DJ. They gone now, they mention. They say whatever a man can do, they can do it too. And they never stop. They say they carry it even further. They can do it even better. So there's no end to their
Mhm.
madness.
And then when they tell you, the man, that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it better, when it falls apart, they come running back to who to help fix it? To who? The man.
Right? Yeah, so I was talking to a friend of mine, right? A female friend of mine. And she's of the idea that women are equal and they should do everything that a man do. They can do it too. If a man get $100, they should get $100. And granted, there are aspects in life where I do believe a woman should be equally paid if she's doing the job equally.
Mm.
She's well deserving of that, and so I agree with that. I'm not against it. You know. But I said to her that there are a few objections, that you might want to rethink. So I said to her, off the top of my dome, just off the top of my dome, I said, America is a war country, right? Let's just say for the president of the United States. And this is what I'm asking her. Ask her two questions relative to war. Watch it. I said, let's just say you're the president of the United States. I'm going to say you only have two options. I said two options, and do not divert from the two options. I said, if you have the option of having 100% male army or 100% female army, which one would you take? She said 50-50. I said, you see, I tell you, don't divert from what I'm saying. I ask her a specific question. Uh, but that's the point I'm making, Mr. The fact that you divert already answer my question. The
Exactly.
diversion already gave me the answer. It's what I'm
See,
saying.
the
So,
the problem
so,
with
so
that, what causes that is that
uh,
what causes that kind of response is that women are programmed to, we react, we don't respond. There's a difference. So you say
yeah, as a
something to
woman,
me
I'm
and I
glad you
don't
said that
like it,
as a
I'm going to
woman.
immediately react. I'm not going to think about it and then respond
I'm
appropriately.
glad you said that as a woman. Yeah, women listen to react. They're not trying to
Yes.
comprehend what you're saying. But so here's the part two of it now. Same person. right? I'm say, okay, let's stick to the whole soldier thing or army thing. Let's say, all right. So we have two man and a woman here in the panel. Let's use all three of us as the example. Because it's a similar example I used. I said we were sent on a particular mission. See, you know what? Let's not use all three because you're gonna regret what I said. Let's use two men and a woman, two men and a woman. Soldier. They went on a mission. Went on a mission. One of the man died in the casualty of war. You understand? 'Cause if me use all three away, a DJ go dead, and not me. But
Easy, you know. Come on, that, it's a good thing you use in the soul element, for example.
yeah. Three other people. So anyway, I said
Rest
to
in
her,
peace, DJ.
yeah, I said to her, if one of the man died in the casualty of war, and America have you can't leave no man behind. So I said to her, I said,
Hmm.
who's gonna bring the dead body? Me say, who gonna bring the dead body? You as a female or me as the man? 'Cause remember, we are equally paid. Don't give me no story. We are equally paid. Who carry dead body? And she still venture off and said, me as the man.
Definitely. That was you always say.
You see what I'm saying? So I corner her the two times, and I'm like, you see what I try to tell you? Just the answers that we are giving me, it disproves everything that you are fighting for. You know what I mean? I'm saying, yeah, just chill, man. Make a man be a man and a woman be a woman. Stop fighting for equal at everything. Everything don't
Absolutely.
have to be equal. Everything does not have to be equal.
And this is what
I
this
don't.
is major problem right now in today's world because that's what women fighting for equality, and it just not go work out, So
I
Yes.
don't.
and that is one
I don't
of
too.
the disrupt in relationship also.
Right.
Yeah,
So two other
So
words
DJ,
here.
in that scenario, if as a man I get $1.10 and she as a woman get $1. Remember, there are certain extremes where, all right, so let's use about the same three people. If one of them have to go out first to face the enemy, as a two man, you're gonna send the woman first, or one of the man will go first.
what the man go first for sure.
So my point is, so if the two man get $1.10 and the woman get $1, should there be a problem? Because there are going to be many aspects in that field of duty that the man gonna have to take charge.
Exactly, exactly, definitely.
Yeah. What I was trying to say regarding that comes down to two words that people tend to mix up at times as well: training and education. You educate people, you train animals.
Hmm.
Do you see my point? So when you put people through, men put women through what they think is training, as in, I'm going to tell you what to do, blah, 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 blah. And the woman's like, oh, who do you think you are? You can't train me.
No,
Do you
yeah,
see my
can't
point?
train.
Training, education. You educate each other, you educate people, you train animals. We're not animals,
No,
but we are
so
kind
you
of.
only can you can only influence people now. You can't train nobody. You can only influence people. You're not a trainer. You're an influencer. Substitute the
Can
word.
you
That
imagine?
message reach now.
I mean, it's crazy to see certain people they call influencers today. I mean, it's
They're
crazy.
bad influence. It's not influence, DJ. Bad influence. Negative influence. Still an
I mean,
influence.
what are the
You
influence?
seen the ones with a big butt that look like ants? Have you seen those? You know those ants with a big bottom, right?
Oh, you mean back on the BBL and them? Ja. It's
They
crazy.
all
I
look the
don't know
same.
what those ants are called, but that's what they look like to
Okay,
me.
okay. Let me ask a question. Do these women actually think they look good? I mean, come on. Nobody ain't telling them they don't look good. Their friends and
They
them.
all look the same. All look the same.
They think they look amazing.
You have two. You have
And
you
then
have
if you
them
go two sizes up, I'm gonna go
I mean,
four.
come on, man. I mean, come on. I mean, it don't take logic science to kind of see something is wrong. Definitely wrong. Men do love to see them, see them stuff there.
Empress. Put up an hand.
I always question that, why? I mean, come on, you all are saying that. I mean, look, come on. I mean, look in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror.
It's not proportionate. So they're not even. If you're gonna do it
No,
good, because the body is not proportionate. You know what I mean?
right?
Well, I mean, I know, it look like an hourglass. You know what I mean?
Which confirms my son's point. That's what men use. That's not what men want.
Yeah. A
Of course,
shame.
you have men out there go, oh, I'm gonna try and experience this somebody with big bum or whatever. It doesn't mean they're gonna marry you. They don't, because that's not what they want. That's just what they want to use at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Well, you see, that's the thing because women now, women are programmed different. As long as a man approach them, okay, a woman for BBL, a man approach her. First thing she gonna check, oh, he in love with how I looked. That's the first thing she gonna think. She don't really know that he actually come to her for to get something, but she
Mm.
that hey, he love me. He love the way I look. He love my body. Yeah. What she gonna think? So then
Love it for that night.
then again, it come back to the point
Right.
where Empress says something the men have to get blamed because something that make the woman believe that we love what we see.
The other thing with women as well too is, let's say, um, one friend goes and she has BBL done and it looks ridiculous. The other friend will cheer her on, saying, "Oh my God, you look so good," and all that,
Yes.
because she knows it looks bad. So it's going to make that other friend look good. So they will cheer each other on with that kind of nonsense to make themselves look better.
But go to tie into the question I
Right?
asked you earlier. Why don't women hold each other accountable? Why y'all lie to each other and jeer each other on even when you know what the other person is saying or doing is total BS. A man will tell DJ will tell me, he said, no, King David, I think so, and I agree with that. And I'll tell him the same. So we roll as men.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We don't agree with everything.
Yeah.
And we still respect each other afterwards. But two women, if a
Mhm.
woman ever tell a woman said that no look good or that no work, the friendship end.
And yeah, most of the time it happen.
Unfortunately, that's true. But that's what I mean, though. Like, we're not, as women, um, honest enough with each other, because there's this, like, I'm pretty sure you've heard the word man up ship. I've got a man up you one. Like, I don't know if you know what that means. Like,
Yeah, for
have you
man
ever
up.
heard
Yeah,
that
man.
term? That exactly. So I don't know. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
on a scale from 1 to 10, I know for sure, and I speaking on men in general. Back to the topic there. I mean, on the headline, what men prefer, BBL or natural? I can put natural 100 times. Yeah, they have the minority that might choose some BBL. Yeah, but I speaking about the general, natural. Eh, just because most men will choose a woman with a flat ass than a woman with a ridiculous BBL. Definitely.
Exactly. Exactly.
Agreed.
Oh, King D, do you remember earlier you were saying about something about FUPA? Like you were
Yeah.
trying to remember the
Is that
terminology.
what? Yeah.
No, it's
What's the
called
term?
FUPA. Do you know what it means?
Fupa. Okay. No,
F
educate
U
me.
P A. You don't know what it means. So
No,
you remember
educate me.
when you guys were saying that men like they're women natural, and if your belly a little bit big because you've had children, you know what? Fine. FUPA means, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word, but I'm going to, so no
Go ahead,
can kick me off.
you can
It
say it.
literally means, so if the woman has a bit of a belly, it means fat upper pussy area.
Okay.
Know what I mean?
That's what it means.
Okay. Well, a good meaning, see, man. We take that.
But that's what I mean. Like, men are okay with that. If that's
We
what you
are.
like, if that's what you look like.
A lot of men are. That's the point I was making. That a lot of men are. That's what I was saying.
But to the women and them, they don't think we are okay with it. And then you see that's the thing there. That I was asked earlier on there. We never told them so, and then you mentioned about expressing ourselves, saying that to them.
Mm,
And them not listening to us because they don't chime in for to have a dialogue. They want it to be a monologue. They want
right.
to talk, and we're just supposed to listen.
But exactly, what's the point of talking to somebody if then they're not going to listen? Then you just
Yeah,
don't talk. You just don't talk to them. Look at
we're supposed
Spice.
to be all
Look at what
ears.
she's done. Look at what she's done. Have you seen Spice recently?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I see
She
it.
literally had ribs removed from her body to make her waist smaller, and then she
Yeah,
had the BBL, of course.
right.
Who who does that?
And then you see, it come back to
Insecure women.
it
That's who.
come back to what King D had said, that sometimes it was based because of sometimes the finance, because Spy she have money. So I guess in that is the reason why she doing all that, because if she never had that type of money, she won't be doing that. So I believe the finance also
Exactly.
have to have part to
But
come play.
she's still, even with all that money, she's insecure. Part of it is
Yes, and
insecurity.
status too in a DJ. You see, she being the quote unquote queen of dancehall, she can't make nobody outdo her or look better than her. So if it even cost her her life, cause she gonna knock that door
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
remove that
yeah.
rib and that
She got very
BBL.
ill with that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Kanye
You
West,
know,
look at his mom. She died after having a tummy tuck. Why would you do that,
right,
lady? Why?
right. And this like a young guy here, young comedian guy. What's his name? DC Young Fly or something like that. His his lady died on the bed too,
Hmm.
by the knife. So no
God.
matter how much women they bite, they still have to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
And
someone
it's just
incident
sad
will
because,
the women will lose their life. But those these women that continue doing it, seeing the news, seeing what happened, but they're still going to
Mm,
risking their life.
they risk their life. They prefer to risk their life to prove to their friends that they get a BBL
exactly.
because
There's a
their
woman
life
that
so
in the
dear.
States somewhere, she ended up in prison because she was doing some underground, surgery. And like she was doing BBLs basically. And obviously it was cheap because, you know, turns out a couple people died from that because she was literally injecting their butts with silicone.
Mm.
Silicone.
So I mean,
Seriously, are we that
look here.
desperate?
I mean, there are some so-called intelligent women that doing stuff like that. I mean, they don't think that in the older age, when they get a bit older, that gonna have an effect on the body. I mean, putting silicone inside their body. They don't think that they
Come
have some.
on.
They're not thinking that far, bro. It's now.
They
Now.
they, they don't think long term. And King said something earlier on. There is a niche for those particular women that do stuff like that.
Yes.
The party zone, the social media influencers. There's a
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are some of them. Hey, summer coming up, summer coming just around the corner, so everybody want to
Summer body.
on their
Ah.
body.
Oh,
Body, body.
you've got to get your summer body. Do you know or you've got to have a bikini body. Do you know how to get a bikini body? Do you know how any woman can get a bikini body?
Oh, they're
Go
listening.
on.
Tell them.
Take it. You buy a pair of bikini and put it on. Simple. Done.
I like what you just said. I like what you just said.
It's that simple.
You see what you just said?
It
That's
really is that
simple for you.
simple. You want a bikini body? Buy a pair of bikini.
What
Put it on your body.
impressed the way how my belly long, I could manage tummy tuck. Crazy,
Ay, ay,
Oh my god. This is
You know, I
It's all
crazy.
love though.
Empress in
the,
head.
the things you some women. I mean, come on, you to take out your ribs just to make your waist small. I mean, come on.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely. You know,
Wait, so
ridiculous.
After Adam take out him ribs and get the woman go a doctor and take it back out.
Back out.
Yeah.
God,
My throat
So
is hurting.
so now
I'm
spitting
not
a
even
God
laughing.
face. Now spitting a God face.
Mark in a good place. Go, maybe I say, boy, she not easy. After I do what I do, she what she do.
Yeah. Yeah. That,
I know that
that
was
look down
too
and
funny.
shake him in and I say, shit. Hell. Yeah. So it goes still. Good reasoning still.
Uh,
But King D and Froster, listen to that. You know, who I mentioned about? So somebody had mentioned that men doing lip something, lip or something.
liposuction.
So
Liposuction.
I uh, I believe it tend to come. Well, I guess men are already doing them stuff there, so I believe maybe it gonna have a lot more. But then again, let's roll back something there. Talking about men doing that, you realize, as King you mentioned earlier on, right now, you have multiple genres.
You know, I'm gonna celebrate it.
So,
YouTube, I got shut down for you. I shut down YouTube for you.
so that is the next big problem, and I might not want to dive too much in that. Maybe
I'm not famous yet, and you want to cancel me already. You want to get me canceled already.
it's crazy out
But
there, man.
it's true though. Men are actually, and that's not the only thing they're doing. Do you know that there are men who have implants? They have muscle implants. They also get butt enhancements, muscle enhancements, like plastic surgery. Did you know that?
I think there's a TV show called Botched, and men
Yes.
start on it now and
So,
start getting more enhancements now.
question: you say
That's
what
what
you
I
mentioned
mean.
first out? Those men that are doing that, they are quote unquote straight men. Because that's the question I must
Both,
put out there.
both.
It's both. The one that was unbotched, he wasn't, but it's a thing. It's a status thing as well for straight men, as you would say.
But why
You
why
know, then they turn up at the gym, and I've got to look more attractive because I can have 50 girls. You can only have one. Look at me pull all these women. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
so
DJ
Oh,
for the
girls
same
like
reason. For
muscles.
the same reason, women want to see men who look perfect as well. Just like how you have some idiotic men who like to see women look quote unquote perfect. They're not perfect, but the enhancements give them, a perfect appearance.
Hmm.
so
That's what it is.
as a woman, let me ask you a question because I myself can't answer this. You as a woman, maybe you can give. So, women love to can see men have big butts?
I don't find any of that attractive.
Ah, but then
Not even.
But
What
no,
I wanted
that
to say, DJ, I like big butts and I cannot lie. Stop it. No,
it,
we
it,
don't.
it just not
wait,
single with me. It just not single with me. A man with big
wait a
butt.
sec. Him get butter enhancement and him for him but bigger than a woman one.
Can you feel that? It's so
Yeah, yeah.
ridiculous.
Wanna come go up.
Check.
Thank God I came in off the deck because honestly, like I'm pissing off my neighbors so much with blasting my music. If I was out there right now, definitely police would have been there. Oh
But
my word.
put all joke aside. Something that just come to my mind. Back then growing up, we always saying, okay, those girls that have the big ass, we always just say, damn, the girl is big. And sometimes you will see a girl with a flat ass, and then you will criticize her. Back then. So
Right,
I realize
right.
this also have a effect maybe, because those girls that you criticize, I mean, in today's world, I mean, growing up right now is that still
Mm.
happening? That's still happening, man. It's like people, even the females, them, their friend, they have a friend, and her ass is flat, and they will laugh at her. They will call her names and stuff like that. You know, so all that can
It's
lead
true.
to insecurity.
It's crazy.
And
I've had family members visit because, like I said, I've lived in England. Um, I'm now in Canada, whatever. But we've had family members that have visited in Canada, and I'm sitting there, and she's an aunt. She says to my cousin, because she's very Jamaican, this aunt. She's like, "Oh my gosh, my cousin had weight issues, you know, and she had put on a lot of weight." My aunt says to her, "Oh my God, oh, look at you. Look how you nice and fat and pretty." Meanwhile, this girl is trying to get herself together, get healthy, because the only difference between a fat person and a thin person is that, or, somebody who works out and they've got muscles and whatever, the only difference is the person who works out and is slim and fit, they're going to die fit, you're going to die fat. That's it. You're both going to die anyway.
exactly, we're gonna die.
But when she said that, but do you see what I mean? It doesn't matter. But that she was trying so hard to get healthy and whatever. And then my auntie comes and she says that like it's a compliment.
Ah, shit. Because you say, look how you fat
And
and
I'm like,
so
look when you get fat, turn around, look at your body. And I'm literally sitting there in shock, going, okay,
and then
what's going on?
and you see, as you mentioned that there, health is wealth. That is something that I live by. Sometimes you have to. Some people have to do things for their health, not to impress others. Do it for health
Absolutely.
because let me tell you, being fat right there is just not healthy. Just being fat, just being fat. It's not. No
Mm,
matter how the person be, it doesn't. It don't healthy. So a lot of time women, we as man will see a woman that look good, and then she's fat enough. We'll say, "Girl, you thick and nice." Eh? No, she take that as a compliment because we won't say fat. We will say she thick and
right?
because the woman, me tell her, a lot of women call themselves thick as and they feel good about it, but actually they are fat. You know?
Exactly. The other word that they use is fluffy. Ooh, you're nice and
Yes,
fluffy.
right.
What the heck? No, pillows are fluffy.
People use again fluffy.
People aren't fluffy. Pillows are like
Me tell you, a lot of women they call themselves fluffy divas, fluffy the thing because certain terms make it look good to them. They feel good about it.
Mhm.
Fluffy, thick. No, if you use the word fat, to them is an insult, a disrespect.
Exactly. Exactly. I
So
remember there was a time I had, I've gone through a few ill health issues, and there is a time that I had to be on a medication that made me put on a few more pounds. And I put on a dress. I was going out with my daughter, and I said to her, because, zipped it up, and I still looked okay, but I felt uncomfortable. So I said to her, "Ray," I call her Ray, "does this dress make me look fat?" Do you know what that wicked child said to me? She was little then. She goes, "No, mom, your fat makes you look fat." That is, it's not the dress that's making you look fat, it's your fat that's making. And I'm like, right, note to self, never ask this child for.
Yeah. So she fixed the question. She fixed the question. Yeah.
He answered
you obviously
honestly.
saying that why
I
why
said,
why would the dress make you look so you basically fat? That was that was
Yeah.
the dress is the same size. It was when I bought it. It remained the same size. I didn't. So
you know the next sad thing is that sometimes when a man meet a woman, he meet the woman well slim up and don't want to do no body shaming. No, slim up and looking nice and then have a couple years pass, she have children. Her body start to change. Obviously, that's natural. And then some men, well, there are men that actually, well, then again, those men they are very insecure because why would you? I mean, even if when you meet her, you don't meet her with that size. You get fat now after a couple years, you make children. He should have an idea that them things that will come along. They will have children, you know. And most of the time, it's like he starts to distance himself away from the woman. Sometimes he won't even want to have make love to the woman anymore because he really love the way she look in his eyes no more. Uh,
True. The saddest part of that is that they actually tell their wives, women, they tell them that, I don't find you attractive anymore. Oh, you're getting too fat. You're this, I don't like what you look like anymore. Like, really?
I mean,
No.
that's a thin line to tread, I mean, because the attraction can change from the eyes of a man. That is true, but you don't. You have to motivate her, and you have to careful or you word that and communicate that to her and assist. You don't. You don't put it out there like how you worded it a while ago. That's definitely degrading.
yeah, they
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Hmm.
There's no way. There's no way she will take that as any positive influence. You know what I mean? To make any changes. You know. But
Exactly.
yes, we have to be careful on both sides too, because some men let themselves loose as well, and the woman
Hmm.
don't find them physically attractive anymore. So it plays the same on both sides of the coin. And we just have to be careful and tread lightly on that because we're still physical creatures, regardless of how we try to slice it and dice it and articulate it. At the end of the day, the physicality plays a role.
That is so true. Yeah, you're right. It's both. We do have women who do that to their husbands as well. So
But you,
yeah.
you, you you know, on the flip side, both men and women, they must also learn to can. I always keep on saying, health is wealth. You have to take care of your body also because there's a lot of things that happen in your body, changes, and it's that you just sit back and relax and do nothing about it.
Yeah,
And
just let
You know
yourself
how I would
loose.
address that? Being a wife, if my husband put on, let's say, 50 pounds, which would obviously be unhealthy for him, my way to address that wouldn't be, oh my gosh, you've gotten so far, you've put on so much weight. And I would approach him. I wouldn't confront. Confront and approach are two different things. I would approach him, sit him down, and say, I'm going to talk to you about something that's going to be uncomfortable, but I'm very concerned about your health because of, the extra weight that you've gained. So can we talk about how we can help each other and how I can help you to lose some weight? You talk about it. You don't go, oh my God, you put on
Right.
50 pounds. No, no, come on now, people.
Right.
So yeah, you're right.
Encourage each other because these things happen,
other
especially
things
when you
happen.
get older.
You know,
Naturally.
I
Hmm.
mean, you have to encourage the person. You all can go jogging together and feel good about it. And you
Exactly. Go to the gym together.
but
Yeah.
Right?
But Empress says something about, someone lose attraction for a woman after having a child. And that's true. That happens to a lot of men, which that's why you'll hear a lot of men say they won't go into the labor room when a woman having a baby, but they don't want to see it. It mentally and sexually traumatized them. They don't want to.
Yeah, again, I'm a nurse practitioner. I know. I'm also a midwife. I've seen it happen. I've
Yeah, man.
We've had women delivering babies, dad standing at the side of the bed or whatever, holding their
Pain.
hand. And the funniest one, it was funny at the time, but obviously I'm a professional. We're not gonna laugh. This woman's pushing her baby out,
I will laugh.
and dad fell on the floor. And another nurse says, "Oh my God, what do we do with him?" And it was like, leave him. We're delivering a baby. He'll be fine. We'll pick him up after. Like, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah,
And
man, it happened.
you don't know how you're gonna react until you're in that situation. So
True.
that's not something to be held against anyone. If you know that if that's how they feel, if they're traumatized by witnessing that, but you work through it
You know,
together.
some women, we women always love the partner to come be there in the room, and sometimes the man don't want to be there, but he don't want to say that he don't because he don't make me feel bad. If I say he say he don't want to come, so most of the time he just have to just play it along and just go ahead. But sometimes he don't
Mhm.
really want to be there. It's not to say he don't love her, he just don't want to experience that, you know.
But not every
So
man can
DJ,
manage it. I spoke to my husband each time, like, but when we're having our children, I asked him, "Are you okay to be in the room?" I said, "It's going to be this, that, and the other," and he's like, "I don't know. I can't stand the sight of blood and whatever." So I said, "Okay. So here's a compromise. How about you just stay at the head of the bed and hold my hand? You just look at me if you want to be in the room." And that's what he did. He looked at
right?
nothing but my face and my
I was
hand.
about to say that
Nothing.
that the
He
woman,
couldn't
that the
handle it.
man, he doesn't have to face her. They both can face the same direction. Where I'm a hold her hand, but
Exactly.
he's not seeing what's going on.
Uh,
Because I didn't catch number one, our first daughter, because I was at work. Catch number two, I'm gonna skip three and four. Yeah,
so you actually skip 3 and 4.
yeah, man.
Well, Empress, Empress
He,
is
you know,
need to concede to
he
know
did cut their umbilical cord. He did pull the
women
cord.
go. You see what Empress said? She said some men need to concede the pain women go through.
But why though? I would ask her why. Why women always use childbirth as some kind of shield and defense as a sword for cut us and chop us. We never set childbirth on women. You have to take that up with the Lord when you go to heaven.
uh,
Right? That is not a
It's not a
problem in
decision we
creating.
made.
So,
Yeah, it's not a decision that we made. I say, all right, here we are going. Make a woman them do that. Me take this. You know what I mean? We never had a say so in it. So why women use it as some kind of
revenge. Sometimes it's revenge. Sometimes
yeah,
it's
yeah. But I know
anger.
we
It's
never set it
you
away.
know,
It's,
you,
it's not like we can take turns. It's not like we can take turns. I say we're gonna four now. Either you have to and me gonna have to. There's no turns in it. You have to go all four of them. So it's set. So we no need to see the pain. 'Cause you know, see my pain.
you know.
well,
I'm gonna suggest something.
to most
There's
women,
this video.
they check in childbirth is the greatest thing, and that is a life and death situation. So yeah, a lot of
Respect goes out to that maximum too.
a lot of women use that particular time there to say a lot of things, So sometimes sometimes you you and your woman have an argument, and she might even bring that up in the argument, making you know what she go through to bring your child.
Because
All them things there.
women have this skill that we know how to weaponize anything against a man.
Anything,
We can weaponize anything that you do or
even
say
things we
against me.
have no power over.
We will weaponize it when we're angry. It's going to be a
Yeah,
weapon. It's going to be thrown in your face. It's going to, I don't know why. I just
but
don't know.
That is just something with women, something some basic thing with women that you all kind of even explain why you all do certain things because
but listen, but DJ, the women want children too, so they're not really doing us a favor. This is something that they want as well. They want the experience of motherhood. They want children, not granting us a favor here. And since we both want the experience as parents, and there's only one route of going there, then don't use the one route and show it down my throat and say, yo, you saw me go trophy, have your picnic. No, no, no. It's your child as well.
really, and first, I said something earlier on there when when women say some things and you have to sit down and really scratch your head and say, what? Yeah, because me tell you, sometimes they will go and tell you. I never want no child, you know. All them things there, you know.
Yeah, do it for you. Never want to do it. And it's not true. It's not true. You know,
Exactly.
it's not true.
But like I said, we just have a skill of knowing how to weaponize anything against you.
Yeah, man. I'm skilled on it, man. Skilled on it,
That's a
but
skill I don't want, thanks.
Yeah. As they say, women is man's greatest weakness. So you all can use all different ways and means to can really, yeah, have us bow
You
to
know,
you.
so what about
women
a
do
woman's
that to women as
weakness?
well.
So,
Do you know women use that? Going back to pregnancy, women use that against
What
each other
telling
as
another
well.
woman? Or
So
telling another woman she
if
can't
I
have
say,
kids?
no, I don't mean that. Like, I'll say, oh my goodness, and I literally was in labor with my daughter for 20 hours. So if I
Mm.
say to somebody, oh my gosh, my labor with my daughter was 20 hours, they'll immediately turn around. Oh, you think that's bad? I was in labor 44 hours. Stop it. So it's like, oh, you think that's anything? I've been through worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worse, it's just
That's,
different.
this is it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
my
So they think
pregnancy and
because it was
labor
longer, it's
is
worse.
different. But it's like you have to make yourself, I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm a better hero than you because I went 40 hours.
So they use it. So they use it as bragging rights when it's convenient to them,
When it
and
comes
use it as a
Absolutely.
weapon convenient to
Yep.
them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
but
But
you know,
yeah.
as when the topic of childbirth is something really serious. You know, I mean, hey, so many women lost their life during childbirth. I mean,
yeah.
you know the sad thing after a woman went through all that child that she give birth to, when that child like get older, disrespecting her in some kind of a way. I mean,
Tell
Hmm.
you.
it's crazy. That same child you push out, you could lose your life pushing out that child. That child like turn and disrespect you in some derogatory way. Yeah, man.
DJ,
But
you have to
as
keep it
parents
fair and
too.
balanced. I mean, since we are keep everything fair and balanced before we go, man,
Mhm.
kid trying to create baby to you know, brother. Enough man catch a heart attack, on it and dead in the bridge.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you, you're right because man, let me tell you, even up to this day, man still checking. He can kill it. You know, we
Yes.
cannot do nothing to it. No matter, let me tell you, you can take million Viagra, you can take this. We cannot kill it. Okay, first of all, I don't know, but
Oh my God.
men will never stop trying to can kill it. They will never stop. They they're dead killing it. They not kill it.
But listen, in fairness, it brought us here. So if I hit the quota, it's all fair and balance.
Hey,
There you go.
look here. 1 million ways to die. I prefer to die in it than the other ways on them. If I would choose to die, I don't believe it.
6 million way to die. Choose one.
Good to come go out.
Well, I know. You go to the bank.
Definitely. Sure, sure. Boy.
Oh my word. Oh, this is too much.
Eh, and
Empress, please
look,
come and save me.
look here, man. Realize sometimes you go first wrong, you go a second wrong, and the woman still want to go 3, 4, 5 wrong, And you say
Mm.
you care about her, but she's still watching you, because she said it's like she just started.
All right. I'm gonna tell you something funny. I'm just gonna make a joke here. If that happens, if my husband dies while we're doing it, I'm a nurse. I'm gonna resuscitate his ass and make him finish what he was doing.
And then put him back out. Wait. It's a resuscitate to make him finish. And then you say, all right, you can clock out back.
Yeah, wipe my hands off. That's fine, but I'm gonna wake
Wait,
up.
but look,
I'm gonna bring your ass back, and you're gonna finish what you started.
no, listen to that. In
Yeah.
real life, if like say a man or woman doing it and then the man pass out for whatever reason, it could be heart attack, wherever. Sometimes he have his personal sickness. I don't believe that woman that will never tell a man that happened to her. Because look here, any man tell that, nah go love you. Nah go,
Can't tell the next man say, a man dead pan her.
so King Lee, if you check in a woman, she tell you a story like that, me, I take myself and God,
You'd run. You're like, yeah, that's not gonna happen to me. So, yeah, see ya.
Yeah.
but look here, I gonna wrap it. We go 2 hours and 30 minutes there. 2 hours 27 minutes is like 3:30 a.m. I might say right now, so we're gonna wrap it.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Wrap it
Good
up.
reason.
Yeah, man. First, give thanks for coming. I appreciate
Yep.
the conversation. Yeah,
Email input.
yeah. I hope next time
Nice talking to you
we'll get
guys.
more females to join. We can get Empress and Reggae Queen to come and join the panel. Andre,
Mm,
Killer Dog, all them guys. Because like I say, I can have up to 10 person on the panel having discussion all at once. So,
Yeah.
uh,
okay.
So
I hope to
it's
speak again soon. So,
yeah, we like the idea of pan a live mix them, we give each other trouble, but we can set that aside and have some
yeah, man.
sensible reason at some point. You know what I mean?
mm,
Yeah, man. That's
absolutely.
Tuesday. I hope when I can have the Let's Talk Music podcast. Like I said, I have to go and check on a TIFF Tuesday. So I hope when I can because I want to bring in a special guest. Like I said, I don't want to say anything as yet because I'm 100% sure I'm gonna happen. But for Tuesday, Let's Talk Music. I want to bring an artist to come talk about the music. Yeah, and obviously King they gonna be present there also, the co-host. So you don't know. So I looking forward to Tuesday. Like I say, you can take it as a like a grain of salt for now, not 100% sure. So I hope to see how that
Health
goes.
is well. Yeah, man. Great convo.
Okay.
Reggae
We
Queenie
will
and
we'll talk
Empress. Big
again
up.
soon.
Empress, I guess City go away.
Okay, I'm gonna go. So we'll talk soon.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
man. All right. Take care.
yeah, big
Okay.
up, Froster. Yeah, man. So everyone on the panel. Thanks for coming out tonight. And so hope to can see you all tomorrow. Well, I say in tomorrow too. Already Sunday already on my end already. 3 a.m.
Yeah.
30 a.m. Yeah, King the Big of Seven King. Yeah, man, was a good
Yeah,
vibe.
man. Yeah,
Tuesday,
man. Like the reason.
Tuesday, watching to see if we can have that Let's Talk Music Day because I want to bring the artists because so much we can talk about Tuesday because Wednesday as Wednesday I told you so Wednesday is a holiday. Yeah, so Tuesday will be a good time to go and do that. But I watch it and see what the dentist is going to do.
Dental work.
Yeah, so yeah, man. So you don't know. So anyway,
All right. So we'll link up. Big
yeah,
up.
yeah, big up.
Ladies and gentlemen in the chat. Next time.